Goddamn, guys. God damn.
Man, I gotta say, bro, I don't know what it is, dog. Every time we're either about to leave stream or we're on stream, TKO, man, they make another play at absolutely trying to, well, apparently not only alienate their fan base, but alienate their own talent.
Yeah, they love alienating their own talent, man, whether it's morale-wise or now we're learning money-wise, man. Now they're doing a whole pay cut thing, and they done, and in the time we last talked to you guys, they done lost one of their most historic, one of the greatest of all-time tag teams in the company, man. Just lost them, doo-doo, trying to, cut money, slash people's money in half. That's crazy.
My goodness, bro. My goodness. The plot does indeed thicken, man. And I got to say, we're obviously going to cover some of the base level stuff on Friday. Well, honestly, bro, knowing TKO by Friday, there'll probably be even more
There'll
shit
be more.
that they've done. Um
Oh,
but
did you? Yeah, did you? Because I mean, did you also see? Apparently, there is. Someone mentioned. One of the news people mentioned that there's more departures that they just haven't gotten word of yet. Apparently, so I'm sure by Friday we'll be talking about more of them.
I did not hear that, but that does not shock me at all. That does not shock me at all. Yeah. Yeah, Jeez, man, that's crazy to hear. That's crazy to hear. That's my first time hearing that, and man, I'm just interested to know who they are because even like if you look at, I think like guys like Tongaloa and JC Mateo, bro, I don't even think we heard anything from them like as an official statement. I think they just were moved to the alumni section, and that's how people figured out. So like I mean, I definitely believe what you're saying. I believe there's probably absolutely more people that we're gonna find out about or um man, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, man. They man, they're this is
Getting bad out here.
this is the yeah, this is bad stuff. This is bad stuff for the company, man. Yeah, all week, all weekend, all we've heard is again from the New Day to the two guys in the MFT to now this whole pay cutting shit. I've been hearing rumors. I've heard the rumors have gotten debunked. But then again, if you kind of look at what we're seeing, I don't even really believe the debunking. I've been hearing all these rumors about like this Roman Reigns stuff and why he's kind of taken a back seat from the month of June, which I think there could be multiple different reasons for. And there's a bunch of different reasons to conspiracy theorize about all that. I seen people debunking it, saying there is no problems between him and TKO. To be honest, bro, I don't know that I believe that. I don't know that I believe that TKO and Roman Reigns are good.
I don't know if I believe that too, because like there was that counter story that like him being advertised in June was just like a mistake in the first place. But like, how do you advertise someone for like 4+ dates by mistake?
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe that if I'm being honest, man. I think there's something weird, even if it's just him not wanting to go to Saudi. There's something going on, something.
100%, 100%. And then again, too, you expect me to believe it was an error, but
An error.
this guy was on a media scrum saying you gonna see my ass all summer. Those words came out of his mouth. So
Literally.
I think it could be two things. I think three things. I think I think this is the least likely option. I think he was the guy that took the pay cut and said, "You know what? I'll take the pay cut, but you guys got to knock off some of these dates." Either he didn't take the pay cut and felt disrespected and was like, "Okay, well, fuck you. Now I'm not now I'm not going to now I'm not
Showing
doing
up.
the month of June since you guys don't think I'm worth what I'm getting." Or three, um he didn't want to go because of the whole Saudi, the war. So there could be those are the three options I could realistically see with Roman Reigns, but man, I don't think by any stretch it was an error. I think somebody from WWE may have fed that to somebody to make it look like, everything's okay over here. I don't believe. How do you fucking accidentally advertise somebody for a month and a pay-per-view's worth of television? That doesn't. No, WWE. No, WWE doesn't. No, absolutely not. I'm not believing that for a second.
Like we said, bro, I think that's not a mistake. You can't you can't have an error that advertise someone for a month of the and a pay-per-view, man, and a pay-per-view. It's interesting. It's definitely one of those reasons, man. I did see a thing with the pay cut thing where like apparently it wasn't a tippy top person that took it. It was just a top person. Don't know what's the difference really. I don't know if I even believe that. It's wild, dude. This whole situation is crazy. It might be Roman, it might not. I could see it being a lot of people, to be honest, man. And whoever did that shit, my God, man, my God. But either way, he ain't gonna be here in June, and I don't think it was an error that he was just announced for in the first place. And oh my bad, I typed something wrong in the computer,
Yeah.
and I and I advertised for. That's like us. Imagine, we or you set up the streams beforehand. You'll set it up a
Hmm.
week prior, 2 weeks prior. Mania weekend, you set up everything that Monday for that'd be like doing that, but just randomly for no reason for like a fucking TNA pay-per-view. You know
Yeah.
damn well we're not gonna cover. Like you don't accidentally do that shit. Like
It's
what?
like that's like me setting up the Friday stream but accidentally hitting Thursday. That would be like doing that as opposed to setting up a whole weekend of shows, like you said, on a weekend where we're not doing shows. Like, okay, I get if you accidentally, just accidentally click a
Right.
day ahead or a day ahead or a day after a Friday on an accident. Like, oh shit, I accidentally clicked Saturday for the stream instead of Friday for news. But imagine I fucking set up, a week's full. Imagine I set up all the Mania streams, all the unscripteds, and all that shit the week before WrestleMania. Like, bro, you like at some point,
No.
like it's not again, it's not a fucking mistake. You don't set that up by accident. You don't think me setting up 4 streams simultaneously by the second one I wouldn't realize, oh shit, I put these on the wrong weekend. Like, no, at that point something would have to be on purpose, you know what I mean? So like, it is
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
man, it is ridiculous how it is ridiculous how the I don't know who it is. Somebody in WWE, I guess, is trying to cover this whole thing up and make it seem like that was just a whole error. I don't believe it. I am not fucking buying that for 1 second. But regardless, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining us. Welcome back to another edition of Unscripted. This episode 298 of Unscripted, and we are 2 weeks away from 300, which is crazy enough in itself. But yeah, so with that, that is how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Unscripted. If this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we're on here after Raw with Unscripted. Every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, we're on here with the news and for the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW. We're live directly after the show goes off the air with the official post-show review. Speaking of that, you guys can join us this Saturday for Backlash, which it seems like you guys are gonna be getting treated with some NHP yet again. You guys are gonna be getting you guys seen Sir K throw up the number, but you guys are gonna be getting another not another. You guys are gonna be getting a 3-day. As we'll get to that in just a second. I'll hand that over to Sir K for that. But yes, if you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, that is available for you guys on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every single Friday at 3 p.m. Central for the news, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can find this beautiful piece of Notorious Hills merchandise live on there as we speak, man. The brand new slept on design, as well as all the other OG designs live on there as we speak, man. And with that being said, if this is your first time watching and you do not know who we are here at Notorious Heels, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. Sir K, go ahead, let the people know what it is you are smiling about today. And I believe there is some news you have for us.
There is some news,
and
man.
it's not historic Club WWE news.
It is not historic Club WWE news, man. It is not, unfortunately, man. We're not doing Club NHP for you guys, man. We're not going to scam you guys.
Yet.
But I'm doing good, man. Yet. Wait, yet.
Yep.
I ain't going to scam them yet.
Yeah, we're not going to scam them yet. Yeah.
We're not going to scam them yet.
Soon this is going to be filled with all ad breaks and pay cuts.
Oh, dude, we could put ads. We could put 2 separate ads under each one of our nameplates, man. Come on, and then an ad in the middle, right where the Unscripted logo is, but on the bottom. 3 ads.
Well, your name's shorter than mine, so I think we could probably fit 2 ads on each side of your name.
That's true.
For me, I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll shrink my name a little bit so we can put the ad. Like they have the fucking DoorDash logo bigger than the Raw logo on the ring apron. So I guess it doesn't matter anyway. I'll shrink our names about wee small and put fucking W ads on each side of us.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Manager Logan, we got to talk about the contract, man. You might
what are you doing?
have to take a pay cut, man. But we'll discuss that in the future, man. We'll discuss that in the future. But
he's not at the
I'm
tippy
doing
top.
good, man. Smiling, man. Ben, he's not at the tippy top. So, but I'm smiling, man. We got Backlash this weekend. You know, I'm still excited about Backlash, but they really took what was a really hyped pay-per-view and took it down a few notches, man. I'm still excited. I'm still excited for some of it, man. But oof, man. They love their brawls. That's what I'll say now, man. We'll get into that when we get into Raw, man. But ChatGPT loves their brawls, man.
Yep.
I'm doing good. Excited for the weekend, man. I'm excited for the weekend, man, and I'm excited to be here with you guys. And for the announcement, man, this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, or 7 p.m. Central, my bad, not Eastern. I'm used to WWE. We will be live with Ready or Not gameplay yet again for you guys, man. I'm excited.
So only leaves one more thing. Ready or not, here we come. NHPD's back.
I knew he was going to do that.
I have to.
NHPD is back, man.
I always wanted to do that,
back
dude.
in the cut, man.
I never done it before.
He always wanted.
Yep.
He's never done it before, not once.
Nope.
Not once ever, man.
Bro, I was expecting, something, I guess a little fun to be added to you just mentioned how they, brought Backlash down a few notches. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was expecting them to add something, a little bit more, fun tonight on the show. I was expecting maybe like a Penta versus Javon versus Rusev versus Ethan Page match, or like something like that, dude. The only thing they fucking added so far is Sammy and Trick, which means one of two things. They're either gonna add another SmackDown match, which I really don't fucking care to see, in all honesty, unless it's maybe Cody Gunther. I would be okay with that. But other than that, like, what are they gonna do what are they gonna add something on SmackDown? Like, I don't want to fucking see anything on. Like, what are they gonna add? The women's U.S. title? What are they gonna add? Rhea versus B-Fab? I mean, what are they gonna put? What are they gonna put on there?
That's gas to me, man.
Rhea versus JC Jane?
I think you just cooked. How about this, man? How about this?
Okay.
The Be Fabulous versus Fatal Influence on pay-per-view.
Are you talking about the Be Fabulous group?
The Be Fabulous group, yes.
Oh,
my bad.
God.
B-Fab,
Okay.
Beechin, and Jade Bargell. The Be Fabulous group. versus fatal
Yeah.
influence. How about we add that, bro? How about we add that? But you're not
Um,
excited for Miz and Kit Wilson versus Danhausen and per Michael Cole, his mystery partner that loves money, whoever that might be.
his mystery partner that loves money.
It's Michael Cole said something about someone that loves money. I don't fucking know, bro.
Was he gonna?
I
What
guess just Michael Cole
is
being
he
Michael.
gonna be the one to get Ted Jr.? What's going
Could be
on
Ted
here?
Jr. It could be Shane O'Man. Um,
Oh,
it
brother.
could be a lot of people. It could be Shane O'Man, man. You know what? If Shane shows up, man, I'll take it at that point, man. It's better than fucking
But bro, we
Jelly Roll,
we
who
need
it's
an
probably gonna be.
AEW GM.
Man, that is true. That is true, man. But back to the intro, man.
Man,
I'm doing good. Family's doing good. How's everybody in the live chat? How's they doing? Watching the replay. What about you, bro? How are you doing?
not too bad, man. Not too bad. I'm doing pretty good. Honestly, just chilling, man. Honestly, just chilling. Still enjoying some NBA playoff action. So that's been very fun to watch. Got to watch two game sevens yesterday. Got to watch two game sevens yesterday. It was very. The Cleveland Toronto game was good for the first half. Then Cleveland kind of broke away, and then the Pistons as well kind of broke away from the Magic there. Kind of both games ended by a bit of a large margin, but both of the games today have been pretty good. The Spurs are currently up on the Wolves by 1 point. There's 3 minutes left in the third, and then the Knicks absolutely fucking stomped Detroit. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling a New York Knicks finals appearance, which a finals in the Garden. Listen, if the Garden can get up for anything, it is their New York Knicks, bro. They love their New York Knicks. So, um,
Those
but on
videos, bro, of the fucking fans
oh,
outside, man, that shit kills me every time, man.
that is a die fucking hard basketball city, bro. That is a die hard basketball city, dude. Very, very die hard. However, unfortunately, as much as I would like to see the Knicks grab a ring, because it's been like fucking 50, 60 years since they've won a ring. They I have a feeling they will probably get they will meet their maker to whatever team comes out of the West. I feel like we're going to get a Western champion this year, whether it's Spurs, the Wolves, or the Thunder. I think they're coming out of the West. I can't see the Knicks um beating the Spurs or the Thunder in a 7-game series, but it's been good. It's been very good. So that's my little basketball recap from the basketball guys here that join us. But yes, been good, been good. Yeah, honestly, man. Yeah, back to what we were saying, dude. Braun, you got Braun and Seth. You got you got Braun and Seth, which that, and then the Roman Fatu match is probably about all I'm
That's it.
really looking forward to. You have Io and Asuka, which I mean, hopefully is a good match, and then they added Sammy Trick. Like, who the hell? Like,
He took Gingerbread Man. He took out Gingerbread Man. He's got to get the revenge for that, man. You know, he beat up a mannequin. He low blowed a mannequin. You know, he's got to get revenge for that.
honorary ooze,
This
honorary
is the
fucking ooze,
honorary ooze.
man. Um,
Man. Oh man,
Paul happened. Fucking Paul happened.
Paul.
Listen,
Paul did happen.
listen. So, my bad. I think I forgot to speak on the gaming stream. Yes, ready or not, bro. Listen, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Again, we have for some reason every time we get on stream we suck, but we have mastered. I feel like this time we may have mastered the artistry. There's a couple we haven't played yet, so we'll probably get to those on that day. We've been trying to replay a lot of the ones that we've been doing and kind of master them.
Or
Get a good score on them. But excited as always, man. Excited for Ready or Not as always. It really has been a blast. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. You guys get us for a 3-day. Man. You guys get us for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So you guys get us for all three, man. I'm very excited. So I'm excited for that and excited to catch you guys on there. We'll probably be about 7 p.m. Central again. So there's that. And yeah, there you go. Excited, man. Super excited. Man. Well, I guess that brings us. Yeah, speaking of excited, man. AEW Dynamite.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah. This show's gonna get real fucking good in a couple months. I tell you what.
Tag division,
man,
is about to pop off. This shit about to go crazy.
Man, they have stumbled upon a quite the tag division coming up here, if I do say so myself. Okay, we went from this tag team division being circled around Edge and Christian, FTR, and the Bucks, to the New Day, Motor City Machine Guns, all being added to that list. So, well, there's a lot of fans holding out hope that the New Day and MCMG they're going to sign with Total Nonstop Action. I think that's totally not going to happen, but
I think they totally cannot pay them. Fucking, bro,
you might as well stay in WWE for that. Yeah,
dude, literally, you might as well took the pay cut because that is the pay cut. Like, TNA can't afford anybody. So, that's why they got rid of Scott D'Amore, is because he was too ambitious for fucking TNA's wallet.
He wanted a bigger budget. That was literally one of the main reasons they got rid of D'Amore.
Sometimes you got to get rid of a D'Amore, man, but for that reason, you do not get rid of the D'Amore for that reason, man. Yeah. But they're not going to TNA, bro. I hate to break it to all the TNA fans, whoever that might be nowadays. I hate to break it.
Dog, listen. If they go to TNA, if they go to TNA, then again, like I said, I question I question the whole mindset of leaving WWE in the first place. You might as well have just fucking stayed in WWE if you take a TNA paycheck, bro. Either that or I don't know where the hell they got the money from. Well, apparently, WWE, man, they wanna they wanna retain, Xavier Woods the same way they've retained Tyler Breeze.
They want to retain him. Well, they didn't retain anybody, man. Oh man, I can't wait till Friday, man. Let an 18-year vet, you let the biggest tag team in your company's history, probably one or two, depending on the person you ask, go. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy to me.
Dog.
That's wild. Kingston. Kofi, 18-year vet. Man.
I honestly, look, man. I honestly don't even think it was I really don't. I especially from the New Day. I think it really wasn't a thing on like them being greedy about money. I don't think it was a thing of like, you guys want to cut my pay. I honestly think it really was a thing of, we've been here for so long. You have the audacity to even ask us this.
Let us go because we're not signing the new deal. Like they just signed a deal last year. Mm-hmm. They signed like a 5-year last year, and you're gonna do this to them? Wild, bro. Wild. 18-year vet, bro. Kofi Kingston. You're this company, man. It's bold.
It's so bold. It's so bold. Yeah, I honestly, man, I don't think it was a thing of like, you're messing with my money. I don't think it was a thing of, I really don't think it was a money thing at all. I think it was a respect thing, because for those guys to get that, to reject taking a pay cut and then getting released. I mean, man, that is the most that is some of the most disrespectful shit. And then like we seen the same thing with R-Truth. We seen the same thing with R-Truth. They lowballed him. His situation was a little bit different because he didn't just sign a year prior. But he, he is coming up.
No.
He's coming up on a contract year, and when it's time to renegotiate, they lowball the fuck out of him. He says no, and then they say, okay, well, we're just gonna let you go at the end of your contract then. And then we see Triple H on Unreal telling this guy, hey man, none of this shit was ever personal. The fuck if it isn't. And if it's not personal, and if it is just a thing about business or whatever, how the fuck do you expect the talent that have been there, guys like Kofi, guys like R-Truth, to not take that personally? Because it makes you look soulless. It makes you look like it makes you look like there's nobody in that room where they're deciding on these deals. There's nobody in the room to say, guys, be for real, bro. This guy's a morale guy. They've been here for almost 20 years. Is that really okay to do to them? Like, is that, again, it just makes the company look soulless. It makes it look like all business, 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 which again, not saying I want the man back or anything, but dog, if you could say one thing about fucking Vince McMahon, that man, once he was loyal to you, he was loyal to you. Yes.
He was loyal to the soil for a lot of those people, man. He kept them in paychecks, man. And TKO's not the same way, man. You need people. You need veterans. TKO thinks just because they have the PC and some coaches, they don't need veterans. You need veterans, man. You need the morale boost. You need the interactions backstage. You need all of that with guys like the New Day or Truth, all those type of guys, man. And now it's just gonna get worse and worse over time. That shit is crazy to me. Fucking 50% pay cut you're asking folks for. That's crazy, bro. And one number I saw today, and I can't wait to get it on Friday. I think it was Nick Khan. It was one of the CEOs, whether it was Ari or Nick or one of them, had a 300% increase in their pay from last year.
I seen that.
And now you're asking for fucking 50% of your wrestlers' pay? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Not only that, I seen, all their increases in their salary, dude, but correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Nick Khan just at the town hall meeting touting about WrestleMania's financial success and how much they've made, and remember the fucking 33 ad partners that, got him a boatload of money and all this other stuff. They went back to Vegas because they offered them even more of a site fee than New Orleans did. Really? I mean, really? You have the audacity to tout about all this shit, but then ask your talent for pay cuts? Again, we see pay cuts in sports all the time. We do. But at the end of the day, a lot of times it comes from the player. It comes from players being like, hey, if you want to cut I'll take a pay cut so we can sign a couple good free agents so we can be a winning team. Go ahead. Or again, we would hear, we would hear it all the time, whether it was, the most notable stories I remember hearing, because he's my GOAT, he's my favorite player of all time, but Dirk Nowitzki used to willingly take pay cuts all the time so the Mavericks can hire, good free agents. We damn near heard about that from Dirk his whole career. Steph Curry, we've heard about Steph Curry taking pay cuts so the Warriors can sign Kevin Durant. We've heard about it as well in the later years. Steph Curry, volunteered to take a pay cut so they can sign other people. We do hear that a lot of times, but it's not the fucking organization saying it's, you don't see Warriors front office like, hey Steph, we don't really think you're worth it. So, do you mind taking a pay cut? Not so we could sign anybody, not so we could sign top name free agents just for the fuck of it, just so we can, get a little bit more in our pockets. You know what I mean? They don't blatantly disrespect that man like that. I mean, what the fuck? Look at what he's done for your organization. Same thing with Dirk. You never heard a fucking story about Mark Cuban being like, hey man, I know you're like the franchise GOAT, but we really don't think you're all that worth it,
Take some money.
yeah, I'm just thinking, we kind of just drop you down a few notches. Not so we can sign anybody, just because. You don't hear about that. Again, it would be a fucking different thing in sports. It would be a sports-like thing if WWE were like, hey, we're a little up on talent budget. Would any of you guys be interested in taking a pay cut, so we can have the ability to sign, Will Ospreay or MJF? But it's different, I mean, it's really different. You can't really do that in professional wrestling because at the end of the day, nobody's going to want to give up their pay so another guy can come in. At least with sports, it's more of a team effort, so he's helping you win. You know what I mean? If these guys take pay cuts to bring Will Ospreay in, you're taking a pay cut so he could take your spot. You know what I mean? So it works. It just, I don't know. It shouldn't exist like that in professional wrestling. And the other point I wanted to make, so you guys want to be like the NFL, but y'all don't want to pay people like the NFL. And a matter of fact, you want to cut people. That's what I'm gathering. So you want to be like the NFL. You want to have all these ads. You want to have all your shit on all these different platforms. You want to have WrestleMania tickets be, the cheapest ticket in town's $1,000 to sit in the fucking 400 level. You want to do NFL Super Bowl level shit, but you don't want to pay your talent NFL shit, is what I'm getting.
Yeah. That's what I'm hearing too. They got Roman Reigns saying he's making NFL money. First of all, he's not. And then you want to pay cut people? You want to pay, dude? They like, who Ari Emanuel is the top 3. He's number 3 most paid CEO in entertainment, dude. You could trickle down this money, bro. You can, and they don't. They got all these ads. They're making all this money. This record-setting money. I saw him post, and it was true. Dude, ringside seats for SummerSlam Mania, they cost these motherfuckers salaries. Like, what do you mean you need to cut people? You need to cut pay. That's bullshit. That's greedy. And I think they're going to realize that's not how this business works. They were able to do it with the UFC because they do a few events a year. It's a totally different type of thing, even though you shouldn't cut their money either, but they were able to successfully do it. I really don't think they're going to be as successful here, man, because that's really going to piss people off, and that's a sure way to have people avoid your company like the goddamn plague, man. And there's going to be people that obviously we have, well, we don't have the name, but we have one example of someone taking a 50% pay cut and just fucking everybody else over. But how much is that going to last? And how many people truly of value who know their value, like the New Day do, are going to accept that? Because most are not.
Yes. Since we're on the topic, bro, you want me to go ahead and read off these salaries?
Oh yeah, let's read off these salaries.
So
man.
TKO CFO Andrew Schleimer in 2024 made $8 million. He got a 198% increase to $23 million that year. Nick Khan, WWE president, went from making $6 million to a 304% increase at $24 million. TKO president and COO Mark Shapiro went from making $32 million to a 33% increase at $43 million. And the best one, Ari Emanuel, went from making an $18 million salary to a 272% increase. That brings him to $67 million. And it's probably gonna, and this is 2024 to 2025. This is only gonna get worse when we go from 25 to 26.
Oh yeah, you know it is, dude. You know it is. Like that's the thing that really kills me about the situation. It's not like WWE's actually in a rut and they actually genuinely gotta ask people to cut
Yes.
pay. They're not. They're making all-time high money. Their executives are making all-time high money, and they're asking for pay cuts for the people in the ring fucking up their bodies for this company. That's what's crazy, bro. That's what's crazy.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. We got Paul Levesque in the chat. He says it's a new era. Is it,
It
Paul?
is a new era. It's a new era of shit, man.
What's this
It
bald
really is.
Nazi doing in the chat, bro? Get him out of here.
Exactly. Triple Nazi.
Carry
God
him
damn it.
out, bro. Chase him out with
Exactly.
pitchforks, dude. What's this guy doing?
Please.
Um,
Exactly.
hey, man. Um, Ah, man, it is yeah, it is something it is something, man, that really it really just questions it really does question when TKO first took over. Everybody was excited, you know what I mean? Because everybody was like, man, they're gonna let Triple H do his thing, and all they're gonna do is give Paul a bigger budget, and all they've done is shrink, shrink, shrink. Do the same. They
Everything
they
got
they've
cheaper.
they yes, they've copied the Fanatics model, right? Um, produce a lot at a high price for cheap.
Yeah.
So
They're McDonald's.
yes,
They're McDonald's. They're cheap. They make their shit cheap as fuck, but they upcharge the shit out of it, man. They don't got no budget for no music, no entrance themes, no graphics that look great half the time, man. Nothing. They don't got the budget for nothing.
did you
And mhm,
did you see they edited CM Punk's ROH song out of the fucking WrestleMania replay?
you can't even like pay them enough money to just have it in the replay. I'm sure if you done bought All Out or whatever, I don't remember the exact show, whatever AEW show fucking Punk came out to that song in. I'm sure if you bought that pay per view, you could go
Yeah.
back and watch it and hear that fucking entrance theme. I'm
Yep.
sure you can. It's not that hard to just pay people, bro.
It's it's not. It's really not whatsoever, bro. Yeah, that was the dog collar match. That was Revolution 2022. So I
Okay,
guarantee you, if you go back and watch that, it's readily available for you.
I'm
Seek and
sure it is.
Destroy. I'm sure if you fucking go back to any time Stings came out to that, the replay has Seek and Destroy. It doesn't make a lick of sense to me, bro. It doesn't make a lick of sense to me, man. But yeah, it seems like they are copying that model. Seems like they're copying that model, man, and I just it genuinely just boggles it genuinely just boggles my mind how this company can do shit like that after the times that we've went through as fans, and after the times that those performers have went through, to put them back through this bit of uncertainty that we used to have in the Vince era is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
Saw someone say this, and it's so true, man. Creatively, this company has been so much worse, but it is at its most soulless right now,
Yeah.
man. It has no soul whatsoever in anything you watch on this show, dude. I feel nothing throughout everything they do at this point, man.
It's hard to again it's hard to it's kind of the it's kind of the same way with it's kind of the same way with, like, work. You don't want to work for shitty people. You know what I mean? You don't want to
Yeah,
work for
exactly.
soulless people. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's like they give fans everything else to focus on other than what's going on television. It's hard to focus on TV stuff when this is how you treat people. From a fan's perspective, it's like nobody likes to see these performers that we grew up watching or are currently watching or have fond memories of watching. Nobody wants to see these people done like that. Um, so I don't know. It's really absurd, man. It's really absurd. But yeah, this company, dude, I can't. I really don't believe them, man. I really don't believe them. I didn't know they would be on. I really didn't know they would be on stuff like that, bro. I really
No,
didn't.
I really didn't, man.
So, all right, now back to Dynamite.
Dynamite. That's right.
Um. So, this is your April 29th edition of AEW Dynamite. The show opened up with the Jet. Thankfully, he didn't cut a promo this week. Defeating MJF. MJF tried to cheat using a low blow while the referee had her back turned. Kevin Knight then hit a low blow of his own and a roll-up to defeat MJF in this match. So they, beat MJF clean, but I guess sort of by Kevin Knight, kind of using MJF's own tactics against him. It was a very good match. It was a very good match, and I think this was the right outcome. I wouldn't see any point in putting the TNT Championship on MJF.
No, I don't. People are saying like they wanted that, and that the Double or Nothing main event was going to be Double or Nothing for the TNT, and I did not want any of that shit. That shit sounded so overproduced to me. Glad they didn't go that route, man. I'm very interested to see how MJF gets back to Darby at this point, man. But overall, man, I like the match, and I do like that outcome. I'm glad they kept it on Night.
Yes, for sure. Afterwards, MJF did an attack, and Darby Allin came out for the save. So, and MJF scurried away. So that was that. Solid open to Dynamite, as only Tony Khan can do.
Tony, exactly, man.
Yep, put on a great match to start the show.
Oh yeah.
We got Edge and Christian accepting FTR's offer, which was a New York street fight. FTR have raised the stakes. They have made this a I Quit New York street fight, which Edge and Christian accept. So the match should the match should now probably be even better.
Probably will be better. I'm excited. I like I Quit matches. I think AEW does them well. Usually anybody can really. It's hard to fuck up one of those, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea that I'm sure Beth is going to get involved in that match, and that's going to be like the plan FTR has to get them to quit. I'm sure it's not going to work out, man. I'm very interested for that, but either way, I'm excited. I like I Quit matches, and I think I think these guys can produce a really good one.
100%. 100%, man. Then we have Edge and Christian defeating RPG Vice.
Cinema.
Wow. This is in all my years of watching wrestling, man, this was the one match I wanted to see. This was it.
Oh, same.
Heel Rocky and Trent versus Edge and Christian. Dude.
You're what, man? You're watching Edge and Christian back in the day. The first thing you're thinking about is these guys versus RPG Vice.
Yep.
That's what you think about, man. That's what you think about. Rocky Romero does their New Japan conversations, so he's got to be around, unfortunately, and this is the unfortunate outcome that comes with that is RPG Vice and having to deal with them on Dynamite.
That's right. We then get the Brawling Birds defeating Jobbers.
Why?
Am I allowed? Yeah. Am I allowed to ask why this is? Why is a tag team that you've had in the division for a while facing two random jobbers?
Man, I never get that shit, man. I never get these Tony Khan random jobber squash matches. But that exist. Brawling Birds. Who's even the women's tag team champions?
Divine Feminine, Divine Dominion.
It's that. That's Who,
Board or Ford? No, not Ford. Megan Payne
no,
and
oh yeah,
Lena
that one
Cross.
that debuted. What the fuck's her name?
Lena Cross.
Lena Cross, up, brother. Okay, I did not know who was champions to that title at all, man. So that's just great. That's exactly what you want, man. But Brawling Birds, man, they're defeating some jobbers to get to them.
That's right. Well, it seems like they're going a different route because afterwards, Tekla cuts a backstage promo where she delivers the line of all lines. She says, everyone says Tekla. Why do you call everyone dumb bitches? I wouldn't have to call everyone dumb bitches if there wasn't so many dumb bitches in AEW. Brother, we
There's been
made it.
some great. You made it.
We
There's
made
been
it.
some amazing promos
Yeah.
throughout the years, man. Amazing promo battles, amazing singular promos, man. I think we found our winner, man. I think that might be the greatest promo line of all time. I think we found it, bro. You know, you know, you got Austin 316, you got all that, but nothing holds a candle to. I have to that promo, man. To that promo, it's pure cinema, pure beautiful promo,
Yeah.
right there. Good old Tekla, man, delivering some of the worst shit you'll ever hear in your life, man. And when is Mercedes coming? When is she coming back, bro?
I
When can Mercedes save us, please?
I gotta say, for as bad as these people are, at least Tony gives them reps because this shit
Yeah.
genuinely is top tier comedy every week. What in
Mm,
who in the blue hell thought it was a good idea to put a mic on Tekla, and then when she spoke, doubled down and gave her more time on the mic? I mean, look, at least you're I can say at least you're letting her get comfortable on the mic, but even at that, bro, she's been on the mic for a while and there is little improvement, bro. Her delivery comes off as like middle school kid who thinks she's like baking the fuck out of people, but her shit is lame as can be, bro. That is what she's
Shit
given,
is
dog.
lame. That is what she's given, man. And she's getting promo time. Which in a way is good for people who aren't just the same people getting the promo segment every week. But really not doing herself any favors with that line and that delivery, man. So yeah, good old tech. Well, according to AEW fans, man, that promo's amazing. All her promos are amazing, man.
Oh, they
They act like
man.
she's better than Becky Lynch, man. According to these fans on
Yeah,
the
she
mic,
she
better than
is
Becky Lynch.
she is I always hear she is AEW's equivalent to Becky Lynch. Please.
Don't
Please,
do
people.
Becky like that. Don't do Becky like that, bro. Come on. Good lord.
My goodness, bro. That is an awful comparison. Um we have Okada defending the international championship against Ace Austin. Still trying to have a hard time figuring out why this one went down, to be honest.
Collision reasons, but I don't know.
Maybe. Knowing AEW, Okada called him a bitch in a backstage segment on Collision, and Ace Austin challenged him to a match on Dynamite, but said he was not going to face him unless he put the gold on the line. So, what does Tony Khan go and
He
do?
was probably,
He puts the gold on the line.
that's probably exactly what happened, man. Because according to AEW fans, Collision is the A show. According to these
What?
fans, man, Collision is
The
the A
A
show.
show.
Yes, it is the A show according to AEW marks, man. So we should have known, man, because that happened on the A show. This is just the B show, man. The only show that anyone cares to talk about every week. That's the B show, man. That's the B show.
A as in ass. There is no way you can classify Collision as the A show. Okay? Insert Pat
I think
McAfee.
I can. A
Ass.
plus.
Okay? What in the
Uh,
world?
Come on, man.
Uh this was the chunk of the show where things were actually really good, I must say. Swerve Strickland. We get a return vignette for Swerve Strickland, but this wasn't just any regular vignette. He was in Bandito's little Western Red Dead Redemption town that we got those return vignettes for Bandito, those goated return vignettes where he was fucking doing where he was doing 21 where he was doing 21 plexes and fucking Hurricane Ranas in the brawl.
In a fucking in a brawl.
In a,
In a country brawl.
yeah. Yeah, no, what I can't say actually no, I can say I definitely remember Arthur Morgan in Red Dead 2, fighting that one mission real early on where you're in that bar fight. I definitely think I do remember him doing a fucking Hurricane Rana on on one of the guys on one of the guys in there. He went to Bandito's little like I said, his little western town, and he picked up a Bandito wanted sign and he burned it. This is gonna be this is gonna be a banger match. Hopefully it's gonna be a banger feud. I'm not really too sure why this is happening. I'm interested to see what Swerve's reason is, so I'll give it until then. But for now, I'm pretty hyped for this, man. Swerve Strickland versus Bandito. I'm definitely down for that. Just need to know why exactly it's happening. It is rather random for him to just go to the Bandito country and burn his wanted sign. But it was a dope vignette. I'll never shit on AEW doing creative stuff like that. He could have easily went out there and said, I'm looking for a fight, and Bandito comes out, and then they start this big feud. They actually went to the set where they filmed the Bandito thing, and they actually filmed something there, man. So I can actually really appreciate the production value there. And the realization watching this was very cool, realizing like, wait a minute.
That's the set.
I was like, isn't that where fucking Bandito? And then they showed the little wanted sign thing on the ground. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. That's really cool, man. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and yeah, I always enjoy AEW getting in their production bag,
Exactly. I always care about them getting in that production bag, man. I love to see that, man. And I'm interested to see, what the match is for. It's going to be a good match no matter what. I'm curious to see what the why is for any of this. There is that, cowboy in a way connection to Hangman, so maybe it's something along those lines, man. You never know, but either way, I'm interested to hear whatever reasons they're going to explain this as, man. But it's going to be a banger match. It was cool, banger ass production, man. I love them going to that set. I saw someone tweeted what it was. It's either like a little prop town or it's like a real town they go to every time to film it. But it's cool as hell filming in a real location like that, man. So super dope. And I'm interested to see, what the why is here, man. Because I know the match is gonna bang. I'm interested to see what the why is.
Yes. We then get Will Ospreay. Well, we get the Death Riders training on the ground. And Ospreay walks in, and Jon Moxley's, pleased to see him. He's like, oh, you're here. I didn't think you'd show up. He tells Will he needs to drop everything. You need to drop your hate. You need to drop your ego. You need to drop any hate you feel towards me or my team. Anything. You need to leave it here. He told him that's rule number 1. He says, okay, Will, I don't make miracles. But what I can do is when I want something, I see it through. And I go until the end. And all I can ask is the same in return for you. Ospreay, gives a deep breath, gives a bit of a sigh, and he says, okay. He says, where do we start? Where's the ring? Jon Moxley says, Well, with us, we don't use a ring. Claudio takes his shirt off, and I don't know what happened next, but the segment cut off.
That's a
Very
wild
bad
way
out of
to
context.
start.
Very bad out of context, bro. What did they do to
It's
Will,
like,
bro?
what did they do to that man, bro? Like, why did they end it like that? They fucking ran the camera over. Bro just takes his shirt off. Black. Just went to black, dude. Wild way to end that segment. But cool nonetheless. I'm interested to see what they're doing with this whole Will Ospreay Death Riders, attitude of Will Ospreay thing. It's New Japan, so I really don't know the fucking context of this, bro. But did you see on New Japan
I
where
did.
United Empire like made Will Ospreay attack somebody?
Hmm.
I don't even know who he attacked, but like, are we like teasing, or is there gonna be some type of Will Ospreay, heel turn thing about to happen, man? Which is very
Um,
interesting, man. Hmm.
I think what it's going to be is I think they're trying to pull the assassin out of him. I think is what I think. I think they're trying to give him his killer instinct because remember during the whole Swerve feud, 2 years ago, Osprey's killer instinct was in question. I think they're kind of running that whole thing back where Will kind of struggles to use his killer instinct in his babyface ways.
I'm down for that, man. I'm really down for that. And I'm down to see how this all goes down, man. I love these little Death Rider segments, man. Death Riders, still cool as hell. Still producing some cool ass shit, man. And I like the segment a lot. I like the vibe of it, and I'm overall interested to see where it's going, man.
Same here. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. I actually really, really, really like this dude. Um, when they did the whole Osprey Moxley stuff when they came back, I was like, oh, okay, does Will have? I was like, this is Will's return stuff, so I could see AEW having him win this, but like, there's really no place for him to win this. I don't really want to see him carrying the Continental Championship. That's just not something I care to see Osprey do in this moment. If anything, I want to see Osprey go after the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that's the better story. I think it's actually pretty long overdue. Um so when he lost to Moxley, I was happy because I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad they're not afraid to, have him take a loss, right? You know, play into the story of, his neck and, the whole injury and whatnot." So, when they did that, I said, well, where do they go from here? Do him and Moxley continue to feud? Do they just drop it? They continue to be involved with each other, but not in a feud capacity. And I actually really love the idea behind what they did here. I love the idea behind Osprey is now being trained by guys who took him out. They broke his neck, kayfabe, right? So I actually really love that, and I actually really think this is a cool, kind of twist on the story. This is something that this is something that AEW, when they do stories like this, they do them very well. It's just a lot of times, or at least in the past couple years with AEW, we haven't seen them take the liberties to give us an odd turn to the story like this is. You know what I mean? AEW the past couple of years have kind of just been known to give us just bare bones feuds that play it safe, and they're not really all that intriguing. But obviously, unless you're talking about like Swerve and Hangman, or Hangman and Moxley, or one of those feuds. But with Will and Moxley, again, I love the odd turn to the story, and instead of Will continuing to go after these guys because he can't accept loss, what he's opting to do is learn from these guys that have taken him out to make himself stronger. I actually think that's a really dope route to go. And I actually think with the Death Riders being babyface, that's a perfect way for you to do it. It's a perfect way for you to have Jon Moxley still feud with babyface guys and be a babyface, because he teaches them rather than just, beating them, within an inch of their life. You know what I mean? He's teaching, he's coaching, in, tough love sort of way. He's trying to make everybody better by his grit. So I actually really like that, dude. And I actually really think that's a fucking genius idea, to keep the Death Riders as like a perfect example of a tweener. You know what I mean? And I think it's a great way to continue the, feud, or if you even want to call it that, between Will and Moxley. I think it's genius. I love it, and I'm very, very excited to see where it goes. And I think it would be very poetic. Again, the same guys that took Will Ospreay out are the same guys that coach and help him to, winning his first AEW World Championship. I think that's, again, it's a complete contrast to the story, a couple last year, where, the Will was battling the Death Riders to get the world title off of them. And like I said, it's a perfect way to keep the Death Riders as a, a babyface slash tweener group, and being able to feud with heels and baby faces across the brand.
It's really good. I like the way they're doing it. I like this attitude with the Death Riders, and I like the dynamic that they could have. So I definitely really get what you're saying, and I love it too. I love what they're doing.
100%. 100%, man. So, the Demand attacked Chris Jericho. The same Chris Jericho that is the guy that shows up every week. Or sorry, the guy that shows up and gets his ass beat by the Demand every week. He shows up.
Good Lord.
That guy.
That guy.
I can't say can't say this feud is moving me.
No, I don't think it can move anybody, really.
Yeah.
I don't know who it's moving. I don't know why it's moving. And it's moving because Chris Jericho just needs to be on television, man. If he's not on television, he can't be anywhere, I guess, man. So we got to deal with this, unfortunately.
Terrible. Divine
Terrible.
Dominion defeats Statlander and Hikaru Shida.
Statlander and Karushida. Are they tag team now?
Yes, ever since Shida came back, Stat's been like in her corner. Now they're going for tag titles. I'm wondering the same thing you are, to be honest.
Oh, dude, when that whatever fucking weird ass group name they're gonna get hits, that shit's gonna hit. I already fucking know it. The way they name people, Brawling Birds, Divine Dominican, whatever the fuck their name is, bro. Whatever these names are, dude. Karushida, Stat, they're gonna get. Didn't Stat have a partner? No, who was Stat's partner? Who
It
was
was
her old
Willow,
tag team?
right?
Oh, it was Willow. Yes, it was, man. And now Willow's just in the
Nightingale.
conglomerate. Wild or Nightingale. Now she's in the conglomeration, man. Why didn't Stat just join the conglomeration? You know, and
Yeah.
we could have got Hikaru Shida in the conglomeration.
I see where you're going.
I like the sound of that, man.
Yeah, no, big
But
time. Big time.
more random nothing women's tag teams, man. Just no matter what company, the women's tag titles are just surrounded by random ass nothing women's tag teams, man.
Goodness sake. MJF and Andrade fight. They're like scuffling in the back. Over MJF was pissed because he put out the contract to have Andrade take care of Darby, and obviously Andrade lost. So there was that whole scuffle. I would assume this is going to be something that's going to happen within the next couple weeks on Dynamite, assuming that MJF is the one that gets the title match at Double or Nothing. So I would assume this is going to just be a little mini feud to get Max to Double or Nothing while Darby continues his, Darby Allin, World Tour Open Invitational.
Most definitely. I would assume. I know. Well, I don't know what the title's called, man. What is that new white title in New Japan, dude? I know Andrade just won it the other day. What's the because they have a new white strap title, and I forget the name of it
I
every fucking. It's like, oh, I
I
fucking
did
forgot the
see that.
name of it. He won that, and I guess he's in the United Empire now too. I guess. Don't know what the fuck's going on in New Japan, brother. But that was a really cool scuffle. Andrade's been great, man, and I'm very interested. I mean, if he won that title, I'm sure that's gonna mainly tie into Forbidden Door. But I wonder what he's gonna do at Double or Nothing at this point. Maybe Osprey, maybe something like that. But we'll see when we get there, man. But nice little segment with MJF and Andrade.
For sure. For sure.
Fuck is that
So
goddamn title?
I can't
What?
remember, but I seen it. Um, let's see, Andrade.
The fuck is that title?
The global heavyweight champion, the
Global title.
IWGP.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yes, the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship.
Good lord, I did not know what the fuck that thing was called.
Brother, Roosh
Oh god.
comes out for a match against a jobber. But the best part, Sir K, what is Roosh?
What is he? Um,
You know,
like
what's his nickname?
oh, yeah, isn't it is it El Toro Blanco? Is that his name?
Okay, what is El Toro?
The bull, right? It's the bull,
Okay,
right?
all right. Just making sure. Just making sure we're on the same page. So, can you explain to me,
It's the
Sir
white
K?
bull.
It is. You're okay. I'm glad we're on the same page. So, can you explain to me why when
Oh
Roosh
no.
comes out, Excalibur goes,
No.
Speaking of wild horses, can you explain that to me?
What's this? What?
I
Horses.
I think he thinks Roosh is the white horse. I,
The white horse. Oh
Speaking of
man.
wild horses,
Oh, I, oh, I know why he said that, bro. He thought Blanco was Bronco as a horse, but it's
uh
white.
that's
I
that's a
that's
very
I
Excalibur thing to think.
I bet that's how he got that, bro. Either way, that's fucking hilarious, man. The wild horse, bro.
So you mean
Is Roosh
so
right
so
there.
so you so you think Excalibur thought that Roosh was the horse bull?
I don't even know if he knows what Spanish is.
Spe-
I think he just heard the word Bronco and it was like, oh, that's the car with the horse logo. He's the wild horse.
which is even more sad because Excalibur speaks Spanish quite a bit on commentary. Tierras.
He does. Yeah, yeah, he does say Tierras a lot, man. Maybe that's the only word he knows in
Maybe
Spanish, man. That and Mistico. So
he he
maybe
found out
so, man. But
he found out
mhm.
Tijeras means head scissors, and that was about it.
He
He
closed the
just
book.
ran
He's
with
like, all right, I
it.
learned enough.
Got it. Speaking
Learned
of
enough,
wild
man.
horses, wild
He's the
horses.
wild horse. Comes out in a big metal bull mask, but he's the wild horse, bro. Fucking goaded. I love Excalibur. I love AEW commentary, bro. Speaking of wild horses, for the white bull,
And
Rouge.
the
Great.
best part about this, bro, Roosh packs this jobber up, right? And then he cuts a promo afterwards and he gives his trademark "you mess with the bull, you get the horns" promo. I guess it's "you mess with the horse, you get the horns." I guess
Mess
that's
with
what.
the horse, you get
Yeah,
donkey kicked.
he's the wild horse. Yeah,
He
Roosh.
is the wild horse, man.
Speaking of
The
wild
the
horses,
El Toro Bronco apparently is Roosh, man. So that is goated, man. I love AEW commentary, man, and they always have one. And they have at least one every week, man. At least one.
gotta love this guy, dude. Gotta fucking love this guy. How I managed. It's got to be a streak of how many times I've brought to you guys an Excalibur fuck up on how many times I brought to you guys an Excalibur fuck up on the stream, dude. It is there's got to be some sort of long lasting streak, dude, because it genuinely seems like every single night there is every single Wednesday night there's something I have to bring to you guys on Monday that this dude said that is just absolutely hilarious. This guy, bro.
Goated.
This fucking
Goated,
guy.
man.
He's
It
the
truly
goat.
is going, man. I think, dude, it had to have been since like late 2024. We really picked up on the dumb shit they say and the mess ups. So I think it's been around since then that at least every week we have some type of fuck up to talk about.
Nothing will nothing will be better than Excalibur. I can promise you. I can absolutely promise you guys, man. But
nobody can beat him.
We got, let's see. We have the Ops cutting their first promo with Anthony Bowens as a part of the team. Honest to God, and any diehard AEW fans, bro, can you guys please tell me, I'm genuine, I'm not even trying to be funny, can you guys please tell me, like, what happened to that acclaimed, like, get back together story? Like, what happened to that?
I think they deadass just dropped it, and I have no clue because we haven't even seen I don't remember at least seeing at least for a while now the whole Max Caster best wrestler in the world thing. Yeah. I don't think we've seen him or that either. I don't know what happened. They just dropped everything, and now Anthony Bowens is the newest member of the Ops, man. What the fuck?
Well, if things can't get any more random, FTR and Tommaso Ciampa set their sights on the Conglomeration's Trios titles. What?
I don't know, man.
All I know, Tommaso Ciampa is planting the seeds because he knows when Johnny Gargano comes over here, he is going to turn on FTR, and we're going to run it back.
Oh, 100%, man. He's definitely going to turn on FTR, most definitely. And we're running DIY, man. That company is going to have DIY, MCMG, The New Day, FTR, Young Bucks, Coach Cation Cope. They're going to have a whole lot of people, the Guns. They got a whole lot of names, man. And DIY will definitely be one of those, man. Definitely.
That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts. Yeah, that is man. That is gonna be nuts. That is going to be nuts, bro. And then in the main event, we have Darby Allin defeating Brody King. Did anybody guess that? Commentary said, how is Darby Allin gonna be able to beat the big bad Brody King? As if he hasn't fucking beat him before, Excalibur! What the fuck? You not watch your own product, pile driver?
He does not, man. I think he's been pile drivered too many times, man. And he didn't know how Darby could beat Brody King, man. He has no clue. Never seen it before. Never seen Darby Allin beat Brody King in his life, man. Never. Not Darby.
Excalibur? He fucking beat him at Wrestle Dream a couple years ago. You motherfucker.
There was a whole story around him not being able to beat him, and he finally beat. There was a whole thing for Wrestle Dream, and he just don't know how he's gonna beat him, man. He don't know how.
What the fuck, dude? What's wrong with this fucking guy?
How is Darby gonna beat Brody King? Brody King, how is he gonna beat him?
Excalibur, you were literally at the commentary table when he beat him a couple years ago. You fucking idiot! What the fuck? Come on, dog.
Excalibur. Gotta love him.
What the? He beat him with a coffin drop on the concrete on the outside. He then drug him in the ring. Well, no, he got on the top rope, waited for Brody to beat the 10 count, and as soon as Brody slid in the ring, he hit him with two coffin drops back to back and won the match. And that was it for AEW Dynamite, man. But that wasn't it for AEW commentary, bro. They're fucking doing the B-rolls at the end of the show. And Excalibur, dude. This dude is he's just great. They're running over the collision. They're running over the collision. What is it? They're running over the collision card, and he proceeds to tell us about the tag team match between the Bang Bang Nag and the Death Riders.
The Bang Bang Nag?
Yes. He called them the Bang Bang Nag. I mean the Bang Bang Gang.
How do you get nag to
Bang
gang?
Bang Nag. Bang Bang Nag. I mean gang.
Did he read his sheet backwards? Is he looking at a mirror? How? Oh man, you know,
Bang Bang
sometimes you
Nag.
get them. Sometimes you could understand the fuck up band, Malachi Back, Kyle O. Fletcher. Sometimes at least there's a semblance of okay.
The
You
Adam Cole
fucked it up.
family.
Adam
Wild
Cole
Horse.
family. Like
No.
there's somewhere you're like, okay, I understand how you fucked it up. Still crazy that you fucked it up. This one, bro, don't know how he got there. Don't know where he was going with that one.
Dude's goated. However, that was
Hey,
it for
Brady.
AW Dynamite. The Brody Darby match, Jet versus MJF, was good. Other than that, my favorite part of the show this week, I would probably say for sure, was the Will Ospreay John Moxley segment. I think that was the best thing that they had on the show.
It was. I definitely like it. I like what they're doing, man. Was it on Dynamite? Was it that Dynamite segment, or was it another Collision segment where fucking John Moxley tickled Pac? Did you see that?
It was that segment.
It was the
Yes,
Dynamite one.
it
Okay.
was. Yes.
That shit done killed me, man. I wasn't sure if it was that one or if it was they had another one on Collision, but that shit was hilarious, man. But like what they've been doing with that, man. And I like, you know, the whole Death Riders circle right now. Again, it's still some of the best parts on Dynamite. Love it.
It is. It is, bro. With that, man, that is gonna do it for all the AEW here today. As now we move on to Friday Night SmackDown, man. But before we get to the amazing show that was Friday Night SmackDown, we get a word from our amazing sponsor here at NHP. We got a word from Dubby. Dubby is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. Dubby is a clean formula, sugar-free, 0 calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your Dubby products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout. Save yourselves 10% on your next Dubby purchase.
Truly, always. Gotta shout out Dubby. Whether workout, whatever you may need the energy for, man. No matter what it is, summer's coming up, man. If you want to have the energy throughout the summer, be focused, be energized, man. Dubby's got you. It'll give you all that. It'll give you the focus, and it'll taste good all at the same time. Truly, always. Gotta shout out Dubby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As always, thank you and shout out to the great people over at Dubby, the official sponsor of what we do here at NHP.
It is what we do. It's what we do.
There you go. This fuck fest. Sami Zayn
Now.
turned, not heel. That actually, is he now? Is it like I don't fucking know. It's like it's like two tweeners, I guess, fighting.
Way, or they either did that or they're gonna basically AEW, like old AEW, his heel turn, where he's just gonna be an absolute dickhead now for no reason.
Oh,
Either way, he fucking attacked a mannequin in a gingerbread outfit.
He turned heel, quite literally low blowed a mannequin wearing the gingerbread costume. And WWE's so fucking corny. They filmed a video of them rushing the gingerbread costume to the medical room. This is the honorary Oos.
This is the honorary Oos, bro. The same that had one of the greatest Royal Rumble moments ever.
Ever.
That is the same man, dude. This is the same man. He low-blowed and beat up a mannequin in a gingerbread costume, and then they took that costume and rushed it into the emergency room. They are lucky. At least Trick is really good on the mic and was able to, you know, make a laugh out of it and be good in that moment. That little promo with right in front of like the emergency room door or whatever. But man, this is the most saddest, just heartbreaking shit I have to watch, man. I have to watch Sami Zayn, someone who should be really, realistically a multi-time, but at least a one-time world champion, doing shit like this and still never have winning a world title so far, man. Attacking a gingerbread man costume that is being worn by a mannequin. Brother, what is going on, man? This is the honorary Oos, bro. Look what they're doing, man. At this point, if you're doing all this bloodline shit, you might as well just bring Sammy back in the cut and just run it back completely, bro. At least that'd be better for Sammy than this shit.
Yep. Instead, he's again, we went from jackass to gingerbreads. What are we doing? Honest to God, what are we doing? This is terrible, dude. This is terrible. This is an absolute spit in the fucking face of this guy's career and everything he's done for the company. Again, everybody, you can largely credit the Bloodline for bringing us to the promised land in 2022 to 2024, and again, I don't know if they forgot, but a guy that was in that Bloodline was Sami Zayn. This is terrible creative, man. How the fuck Triple H looks at this bullshit and thinks that this is acceptable creative? He's got to be an absolute moron for that, man. I mean, what are you doing, man? What are we looking at here?
Disrespectful, man.
It is, dude. It really is, man. Royce Keys. He defeated another jobber, I think it was Angel Garza this week, with his finisher, the Ultimate Spinebuster. What in the fucking 2K generated bullshit finisher name is that? The Ultimate Spinebuster.
The Ultimate Spinebuster. You can't call it like... You can't say something even corny like the keys to the castle or so. You can't say anything. You say the old. You know it's bad, bro, when the move name is in the special name to the move you're doing. That's how you know you're in the dumps, bro. That's horrible, man. That's horrible. The Ultimate Spinebuster, man. What a fucking move name. And he's facing a random jobber, dude. He might as well just stay on Dynamite, bro, because there's no difference, bro. You're facing random nobodies. You're doing all the same shit, but getting paid less, and apparently, possibly even paid even less in the future.
Yep.
And man, I love that he bet on himself, man. And WWE is just fucking it all up, dude.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, no, it's not his fault at all, man. I think it's not him at all. I think WWE had no plan. I think, excuse me. I think they had no plan. I think that they looked at him and wanted him not because they wanted him genuinely. I think they wanted him because he was an AEW guy. I think they got what they wanted, but then when they got what they wanted, they were like, oh shit, we probably should have, maybe fucking thought about what we were going to do with the guy first. So, and again, when you don't do those things, this is what you get. This is what you fucking get. You get Royce Keys, who is, again, just completely damn near irrelevant, I mean, on the show. I mean, it is so sad to see, man. So fucking sad to see. Because he doesn't deserve that. He's a lot better than that, man. But yeah, terrible.
Terrible to see, man. It continues the trend of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle winner doing fucking nothing afterwards, man. That's like a guaranteed. You win that thing, you do nothing because it's just how that thing goes.
Correct. So we have Damian Priest and Wepa Up facing Fraxium. When I tell you this was the last three to four things we're going to talk about here for SmackDown, I can't tell you which one is the most offensive. Just know they all make a legit case. Because this man, Damian Priest, when I tell you he packed up Fraxium, I mean, he packed these boys up, bro. He came in this match, dude. Big boots here, big boots there. He's clotheslining them. South of heaven here, south of heaven there. But treated these dudes like jobbers. And I'm looking at you, Paul. What do you see in this dude as a tag team wrestler? I don't know what you seen him in. I don't know what the fuck you seen in him as a singles wrestler. Can you explain to me what you see in R-Truth and Damian Priest as a tag team that you do not see in a team like Fraxium? That is fucking criminal. The fact that this team was in NXT and people were begging for them to be called up. They were begging for them to be called up because your tag team division was so shit. And a year later, these guys are getting beat the fuck down by Damian Priest. Damian Priest, bro. Damian, I cannot stress how bad that is. Damian Priest is packing up, tagged. Wepa Up is making Fraxium look like dorks. Look like fucking dorks in their own tag team division. Get your head out of your ass, bro. This guy is nothing. This guy is nothing. He's not a superstar. He's not good. He is shit. He's not a good talent. He sucks.
No, he does, bro. He does. And that whole decision to have them bury Fraxium, a team at the end of 2024, which was most people's team of the year, wanted them to be on the main roster so bad, got there, never won the fucking tag titles yet, and just really haven't done anything yet. You just bury them to Wepa Up, to specifically Damian Priest, your main event dud alongside Jey Uso, man. At least Jey Uso has a real tag team he's a part of, and one that has history of being one of the best of all time. Damian Priest don't got none of that, bro. He's got a developmental mid-card title under his belt, and then a failed world title run under his belt. That's really it. That's all he's got, man. And he's back in the tag team division, fucking it all up again, man. Dude sucks. He's just boring. He's generic as hell. He can't talk. And now he's packing up one of your best teams on the roster after releasing one of your best teams on the roster. You have this guy pack up one of your other best teams on the roster, man. Insane decision making from Paul there, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on through his head, and he's fucking everything up, man. And as you let go, MCMG and the New Day, Wepa Up and the Vision are your tag team champions, bro. What the fuck are you doing? And you go and bury Fraxium while you're at it, man. My God, man. My God.
And then, what's even more offensive?
Mm-hmm.
The same dude that just packed up Fraxium like they were jobbers proceeds to get his ass whipped by a returning Tall Tonga. Tala Tonga returns and out of nowhere Triple H just thinks that this guy is some god and has him beat the shit out of the Usos, Fraxium, and Wepa Up. Somehow, you got more offensive than Damian Priest burying Fraxium. You went so far as to then have Tala Tonga wipe out 6 dudes. Speaking of guys that fucking suck, you let go of JC Mateo, somebody who you never even let be himself and actually show you what he could fucking do. You kept him as a weird little fucking chubby guy in the MFTs that fucking wore grudge face paint. You kept him as that, and then you released him, but you keep Tala Tonga? The dude has 3 moves.
3
What are you doing?
moves. Fucking A, man. This dude got 3 moves. This dude absolutely blows, dude. You not only do you keep him, and you don't keep Jeff Cobb, man, who you made dead on arrival and completely killed all his momentum the second he showed up with that stupid ass name and put him in this horrible ass group and but you have the worst member of the group not only be the one to stay, but then go and pack up everybody else. You have Tala Tonga, Hikaleo's tall, garbage ass who does a big boot, a clothesline, and choke slam. That's all he does. You have him go and pack everybody up as the cherry on top of this shit pie. Horrible decision, man. Horrible decision. The NFTs, MFTs, whatever the fuck they are, they look horrible now. This group is in the dumps. You got your tag division in the dumps. You got Wepa Up as your champions. You're burying Firaxium. This SmackDown is horrible, dude. What the fuck are you doing on SmackDown? Like, at least you go to Raw. I'm not even a Street Profits guy, but at least they're a real fucking tag team that are in the cut, man. But you got fucking Tala Tonga and Tama Tonga, and I like Tama, but that's not his partner. That's not someone I want him to wrestle with, dude. That's not the tag team. And you're burying Fraxium to a Damian Priest random tag team. That shit's horrible, man. SmackDown is in absolute dumps, and WWE's probably wondering why they're going to take an hour of a cooking show over an hour of their television. Hell, I'd take 3. I'd fucking replace SmackDown with Braun Strowman's cooking show at this point. The way SmackDown looks, this show is god awful.
Absolutely ridiculous, dude. And if it doesn't get any worse, they open the show with Ricky Starks coming out here and setting up a match against Cody Rhodes for what I believe was the main event, or it was at least later in the night on the show. They set up a match with him and Cody Rhodes, where Cody Rhodes, he tells Ricky, he's given his stupid fucking catchphrase, I'm easy to find, hard to beat. Okay, well, he was not lying, because him and Ricky had their match later in the night. Yes, they had the match in the same night. Okay, the same night. Ricky debuts on SmackDown. He's facing the WWE Champion. And what do they go and have him do first night out is fucking lose. He is doomed. And I hope I'm wrong, but my God, how stupid. You have this dude debut on this show and in the same night lose to the WWE Champion. That's the highest
horrible,
of the
man.
highs. He should work himself up to that. He's already reached the highest of the highs. I mean, sure, it wasn't a championship. I don't think it was a championship match. I fucking hope not. And he loses to Cody. He loses to Cody first night out. Probably only down from here. Knowing this creative, it's probably only down from here. Well, what is he going to do on SmackDown? What is he going to do on SmackDown? He already faces WWE Champion. Which, man, don't you think heel Ricky Starks, obviously he can't go for the U.S. title because the U.S. champion's a heel. Don't you think it would have been pretty nice to, maybe have him face the maybe do a nice little mini feud, and sure he can lose to Cody, but not the first night on the job.
Yeah, exactly. You had him to learn to lose the first night on the job, dude, and you set this whole thing up, you do this whole thing, and you even do the match. You couldn't at least had the decency, especially to what happened after, to just have said person who interrupted, Cody Rhodes interrupt the match itself.
Yes.
And that's like kind of, Ricky Stark's excuse of, damn, I didn't think that would happen. My head should have been more on swivel. Now I got to take this journey to go back here because although I lost, I didn't lose. I just got fucked over, but I got to work my way back up to him. And, Cody's obviously going to be busy afterwards. So, boom, that's your journey of getting back to Cody and getting to the world title. And usually don't do any of that. Cody Rhodes just wipes his hand clean of his homie and just backs up his boy. No problem, dude. That's wild. That's a wild booking decision to me. That made Ricky look horrible, and I hope they can do something with Ricky afterwards. Because the way Paul works and the way this company works and the way SmackDown is, I have no faith, man. He's probably gonna float around facing rando after rando. He's probably just gonna face some. He's probably gonna go beat Dragonoff or whatever, dude, and it's gonna be some random shit. Who knows, bro? And he lost to the end goal. First day on the job, lost to the end goal, and what are you gonna do from here, man? Way to fuck up his momentum, Triple H. Way to go.
Absolutely ridiculous. And then, like you said, they have Gunther come out and attack Cody after the match. Don't you think the smarter thing to do would have been have Gunther come out and interrupt the match, thus ending it in a DQ so you don't have to have Ricky lose, and then you can keep the chip on Ricky's shoulder. You know what I mean? You can have him go off and do another feud, but then when you have him circle around back to Cody, you can have him say, look, man, I was gonna beat you if it wasn't for Gunther, and Gunther saved you, so now I'm back. I'm back for my W. No, that's not what they did. They had Gunther come out after Cody got a decisive victory on Ricky Starks. Only down from here, bro. And I hope I'm wrong, but if their fucking booking has shown us any indication, look at what they did with Carmelo Hayes. His first night on the job, Cody, it was a night after WrestleMania 40. And Cody, SmackDown after WrestleMania 40, I think. Cody and him had a match. Cody beat him. I believe it was decisively, bro. And guess what? They never fucking did anything with him until they put him in the little feud with LA Knight and Andrade. What the fuck, bro? What are we doing?
Nothing, dude.
How stupid.
Literally. So stupid, man. And like, at least I didn't even like the decision at the time, man. But at least you look back to Saturday night's main event with Oba and Cody. At least that ended in such a way where anytime those two are finally on the same brand, you could have Oba say,
Mm-hmm.
"You got saved from me, and it's not gonna happen again." And now you don't have that with Ricky because he just straight beat him clean, bro. Like you're supposed to want that. Like, yeah, I'm cool with the new guy shooting big on, early on, getting screwed over, and then that's the journey to get back. But that's not what this is. He just straight up lost clean, and like we said, he's going to be in the most random nothingness from now on. I'm sure of it. He is probably going to go fucking team with Royce Keys and relive fucking AEW 2020 fucking memories, and that's it, dude. And that genuinely the worst part. That's probably what's gonna happen, dude. Because this company loves 2021 AEW nostalgia for some reason, bro. I'm sure we're gonna get those two, teaming together at some point, and I'm gonna feel nothing because I already feel nothing about both guys individually because they screwed both guys over already, bro. Horrible to see, bro. They gotta do better with that shit, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. This brings us to Gunther. It looks like Gunther has moved over to SmackDown and is going to be challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Whether it's going to be at Backlash or not, we have no idea. Maybe they're going to save it for Clash in Italy. To be honest, man, I'm actually really fucking with this move. Now, I will say I am upset that, we won't be getting Gunther Roman, as that was one of the rumored names for Roman Reigns to be, involved with during his world title reign. So I am, I am upset. We're not going to be getting that match. I actually was very excited for that match.
I
But
was.
at the end of the day, I understand. I get it. I get why they did it. SmackDown has no one. My only fear is that Gunther is going to be a stepping stone for Randy Orton to come back and get the title match at SummerSlam, which I'm going to be 100% honest, man. I think the Orton ship has sailed. I just do not care to see Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes yeah, I just don't care to see it. I think if you wanted to continue it after Mania, I think that would have been your best route, only because, they're in a feud with each other still. But to end the feud for a little bit, just to pick it back up, I think you're just gonna make fans realize, okay, I don't really want to see this anymore. I personally don't. I personally don't. I think any chance you had of Orton Cody, you failed it. And also I think you especially now make no sense because Orton gave Cody a punt kick. And Orton is in what world does Randy Orton give the punt kick and he's the one that gets written off television? Like, what?
And that's the worst part, bro. He does a punt kick, and canonically, he didn't even get like written off. He's just not at the show. Canonically, bro just isn't showing up to work. So like, what is any of this, bro? And like, I really like Gunther moving to SmackDown. I think you needed another bigger name on SmackDown. I wanted it to be a
Yes.
name that is synonymous with Raw at this point and their world title, man. I wanted someone to move. I either wanted Seth or Gunther. Probably both. Personally, for me, both. But they moved fucking Gunther, man. And I'm cool with that. I like that. Hell, I wanted to see Gunther and Cody at this Mania that we just got. So I'm glad we're getting this, man. But like you said, that does scare me. That I'm sure if the way this company goes, man, Randy Orton's gonna interrupt their match, whether it's at Backlash or Clash, and he's gonna want Cody, and he's gonna want revenge for Cody. Then Gunther's gonna get pissed off, and then we're gonna get Gunther and Randy first because and it's just gonna be a whole fucking just circle around of shit. I really don't care about, man. Your ship sailed with Randy. Whether it was mixed TKO or there was Triple H, everything got fucked up at Mania. And if you didn't continue it the night the Sunday, or not the Sunday, the Friday after Mania, it's too late now, bro. If you didn't continue it that SmackDown after, it's too late. You can't do it no more. I'm no one. People are gonna realize fast how much more interesting other stuff for Cody Rhodes is than Randy Orton at this point. Your best path for Randy Orton at that point was probably send him to Raw, if I'm gonna be honest, and move another name to SmackDown because you damn near can't even have those two on the same show anymore after that disaster. So that's what they're gonna do. But I'm glad Gunther's on SmackDown. I like that. It's different. And it is interesting, man, because now he's off the same show as Paul Heyman. So I kind of think that's kind of a way to kind of brush past what they did with that and kind of move on. And that really shows to me that I think that Brock actually might be done. And that's their kind of way of not having to bring up Paul Heyman when it
Mhm.
comes to Gunther, is putting it on a different show and basically being completely away from Heyman, man. So, at least from the way everything looks, man, I think Brock is retired, and I don't think we're gonna get that match at SummerSlam, man, with this move to SmackDown. But either way, I do like the prospect of Gunther and Cody, man, and Gunther with that title is gonna look amazing when it happens, because it will.
No, 100%. And two, if they did still want to make sense out of it, you can say that, Gunther had Paul Heyman pull strings to get him over to SmackDown. You could say, Paul Heyman, they always run this whole story that Paul Heyman is some master negotiator. you can run the story that, Paul Heyman was the one who orchestrated the trade to send, Gunther to SmackDown and Jacob Fatu to Raw. You could do something like that. Do you foresee Gunther? I know you just said, Gunther, you see Gunther holding the championship. Do you see this being the time? Do you see him dethroning Cody?
I do not, man. I do not. Unfortunately, I do not. If it was me, I would 100%. But Triple H, he's not as smart as us, man. He's not gonna do that, man. Cody's gonna hold this thing till Mania. Punk's gonna beat him at Mania, and then next year's SummerSlam is gonna be Gunther and Punk again, and Gunther probably just gonna beat Punk for this title. Genuinely, that's probably the path they're gonna take, man. I think Gunther will definitely hold this title eventually, but I think they're really gonna want to do that Punk Cody world title match, man. And then they're probably gonna run back Punk and Gunther. So I don't think it's anytime soon, man. Unfortunately, man. A man can dream, but man's dreams don't come true, man. So I think that is the case.
So, okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Who about you? Mm-hmm.
I can see it, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Cody loves to play the game of
He loves to chase.
let me chase, and I want to chase, but then when Mania season comes around, I need my title back, bro. I can see Cody wanting to drop the title to Gunther, so the fans don't continue to come down on him like, bro, why is this guy always the WWE champion? And he did it this past year. Hey, let's we can put the title on Drew. I think it'll be better if I chase. But then, of course, when we got close enough to WrestleMania, hey man, I'm gonna need that back. So again, he likes to make you think that he likes to chase, but again, then he switches up and does his whole Cody shenanigans. So I could see them handing the title to Gunther for a short period of time if
See that.
if they don't plan for Randy to come back and take the championship and continue his feud with Cody. If they do not plan to continue Randy Cody, I could see Gunther taking it. If not, and if Randy is set to come back, then yeah, Gunther's dead ass just gonna be a spoke on the wheel.
To be honest, the more you say it, the more I feel like if Randy is coming back to face Cody, they might want to do it with Cody not being champion, so Randy could actually win the feud. Maybe Randy comes back, screws over Cody. When they do that feud, Randy beats him in that feud. I mean, Cody is a Chad. Maybe he does win the feud after all, but maybe that's a way to like get some wins over him without having the title involved. Then he wins it back. Even if he does win it back, I bet it would be at Money in the Bank when fucking Punk wins that fucking briefcase. Because Punk's probably gonna be like, oh, Gunther, I hate him. Roman, if he's still champ, I hate him. Getting this briefcase is easy. And then his friend Cody wins it, and it's just muddies it. I could totally see all that. But the more you say it, he does love the chase, man, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. Cody loves to make the fans believe that he doesn't like being the world champion. I love the chase, guys.
I'd love to chase, man. Yeah, brother. And yeah, man. I think I actually see that, man, most definitely. And if anybody wins the title against him, it's gonna be Cody. Randy has no chance of winning that title against him, man. No, and if he does, it's probably gonna be from pay-per-view to pay-per-view, and that's it. Well, one little stint like Drew, and that's it. And at that point, it don't even count.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah. I get that, man. I get that. But that's everything for SmackDown, bro. What an absolutely offensive, horrific, terrible show, man. Downright offensive work going on Friday night. Terrible.
That shit is the absolute drizzling shits, man. Man, it is horrible.
My God, man. How fucking bad. How bad is that? Raw. Raw tonight was it felt fast again. I can give it that. It felt like it went by pretty quick today, at least for me. It went by pretty quick today. Stuff on the show. This was your pretty much last kind of stint to Backlash. There wasn't too much horsing around on the show. There wasn't too many I guess stupid or nonsensical matches on the show. So there's that. This took place from
Mhm.
Omaha, Nebraska. What are you gonna say?
Oh, yeah, man, this show, it was all right. Like you said, it was fast, but nothing really a note happened on the show. It was kind of just let's get to Backlash and let's get it through to Backlash. Showing fast. That's really the biggest positive thing I could say about it.
Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns comes storming in to the venue. He storms in and he's wondering where's Jacob. Okay, he's wondering where is Jacob Fatu. He's storming into the ring for his contract signing, and Adam Pearce stops him right before he walks through the curtain and he says, "Dude, Jacob is not here yet." Roman gets pissed. He goes to turn around, and my oh my, he is face to face with Seth Rollins. Oh, brother.
This is, dude, they're
Oh
teasing
my
it, bro.
god.
Dude, Mania next year is about to be the most generic, boring ass Mania in the world. We're gonna get more Shield lore with these fucking two for the 15th time, and we're gonna get Chad versus Chad with Cody and Punk, dude. They're teasing Roman and Seth, bro. And dude, I'm seeing social media mark the fuck out for this shit.
Same.
I genuinely have to ask, bro, what is there to mark out for with these two face to face, bro? What in on earth can these two do that they haven't done with each other already, bro?
Bingo.
Nothing.
Bingo. And that's the thing. These
Mm-hmm.
two together, magic.
It's great.
It's
Yeah.
magic. There's deep story. They're amazing in the ring together, but man, how many times have we ran through the I'll never forgive you, I tried everything to get the company out of your hands and now it's back in your hands, and I hate you yet I have to come to terms with the fact I created you. It's good stuff, but man, they've done it so much. We've seen this so much, and it's just like I just don't really care to see it again. I just don't. I just don't.
Really don't, man. And like Logan says, man, if it's anything but Mania, I'll be cool with it. If you were teasing this for fucking Clash, all right, let's get a one off in. I'm cool with that. I would prefer someone newer and someone more original, but all right, bro, I'll take it. But dude, for WrestleMania to run
Ah,
back, I hate you because of the Shield. I hate you because of the Bloodline. It's so generic, and we've seen the same story a million times, man. They're gonna grab. I already know, bro. They're already gonna grab the Shield chair and fucking do that spot, and they're gonna bring it. And he's gonna hate him because he's bringing back the Bloodline, and he hates the Bloodline because he hates them. It's so generic, and it's also again one of my biggest problems. Seth going after the same fucking title for like the 15th time. I get he made that title special. He did, bro. I don't want to see him facing for that thing anymore. That's why. And I'll say Seth is the definition of a Raw guy. Please get him on SmackDown for the love of my soul, dude. I need him against for a different title, bro. And I do like him on Raw more, but he's been on this show so much.
mm-hmm.
I'm so sick of it, dude. I'm so sick of it. Same with Gunther. That's why I'm glad they moved Gunther, bro. That prospect of next year's Mania sounds absolutely fucking boring and abysmal to me, man. Shield Bloodline lore for the 30th time, and then Chad versus Chad. That's miserable to me. I'm sorry.
Ay, ay, ay. Chad versus Sherman Maid. Yeah, Cody Punk, I'm not gonna lie, that does not interest me at all. Roman Rollins, that doesn't interest me at all. To be honest, I'll say it. Roman and Rollins, if they wanted their Mania match, there was no better of a year than 2022. WrestleMania 38, the one where Cody came back. Because remember, earlier that year at Rumble, they had their match for the Universal title that went to a disqualification. It went to a disqualification. There was no better year to do the Roman versus Rollins match in the main event of WrestleMania than that year. I think that was just perfect. I think the stars aligned for that year, and that's not what Vince ultimately chose. He ultimately chose the third WrestleMania Brock match for Roman. I mean, yeah, it was 31, 34. And yes, and then 30 was that 38? Yes, 38. So that was their he again, ultimately he chose for their third WrestleMania match for some reason. That was the perfect year to do it. Again, there's just new faces that I would rather there's just new faces and new things I would rather see each guy do at this point. And again, it's nothing against what they can do with each other. I think those two are magic together. There's a ton of history there. There's a ton of story there. Those guys are great in the ring together. It's nothing against those two guys. It's the oversaturation of what those two guys have done in their careers and how their careers align to each other. So
Usos versus New Day. It's FTR versus Young Bucks. It's amazing every time, but
yeah.
we just get it way too goddamn much in there. And it gets to a point where there's so much history, I don't care about it because there's so much history because it's so constant. And people are marking out. They tease that shit. I know that's the plan. And man, that dreads my soul, man. It really does.
Yeah. So Seth is walking to the ring and gets ambushed, assaulted by Braun Breaker. Can you believe this? We got an ambush.
Can you believe, man?
Dude.
A brawl, an ambush brawl.
When do
and
we?
best part is,
And that's the thing about Monday Night Raw. That's why I don't mind seeing brawls, dude. Because when do we get them, right? When do we get them?
it's not like literally tonight we seen two brawls with the same two
Same
people.
two people. Yeah,
which,
two brawls. Yeah.
Part one is right here, man. Brawl like. And that's that. I'm not tripping too much. When it got to two in the same night, I started tripping. I'll get to that. But like at the end of the day, it's Backlash, and this is the go home show to Backlash. Usually, most go home shows is usually when the brawl happens in a feud. So I'll be like, all right, man. But like, it's the fact that you did so many for Mania. It's literally their AI just fucking repeating itself yet again, and just brawl. Oh, brawl. Up two in the same night with the two same people. Brawl. Fucking A, man.
Man.
Dude, I was like, okay, we get another promo. I see him running behind him. I'm like, oh, brother. Of course. We just can't get a promo, man.
Jeez.
We just can't.
They did this. They did this, and I'm just like, and I thought to myself, wow. All right, I was like, I guess we're not gonna get to hear these two, say anything else to each other. We're not gonna hear these two say anything else to each other before Backlash. And then later in the night, again, they had these two appear on screen together again and didn't say anything to each other again. So we quite literally got like no. Now we did get like backstage dialogue with like Braun and Seth in separate segments. It was basically just Seth hobbling around backstage, telling all the doctors he was fine and whatnot. And then Braun was in the back with the Vision saying that, Rollins sounds like a duck or something like that. Shit. Okay. I mean, like what, bro, there's Vision history here. Like I would like to hear a little bit more of what they did of kind of what they did last week. Elaborate a little bit more on it. Cut more promo. You know what I mean? deep dive into the history a little bit more with these two, or at least then you don't have to have it be a long promo segment, but just repeating what you said last week, but just again have them say something to each other, before they start fucking fighting, especially because that's a complaint amongst your fan base, is all there is brawls. And it's
Oh,
just like, man, like, come on, dude.
man. Exactly. I want to hear more. I want to. This is because I know come fucking in 10 months' time, we're going to get fucking 15-minute segments with Seth and Roman going over the same shit we already went with. But like here, this is shit I want to hear these two talk about. This is fresh, new history I want to hear these two talk about with each other. And they just don't, man. They had literally two brawls with the same two people in the same night, man. That is wild. And even like I like what they've been doing with Seth and the whole, he was an asshole, so no one trusts him, and that's all on him. I like that angle.
Mm-hmm.
Feed more into that angle. Have Braun feed into that angle. Do more shit, dude. It's you could do so much more than you're doing, bro. And you just do the cheapest option every time. Two brawls with the same two people.
Yes, especially because you ran this whole little story with Seth Rollins standing next to the Street Profits and Joe Henry earlier in the night, and that makes four of them. And Rollins is trying to get them to be a cohesive unit. He's trying to tell them, we're all fighting the Vision, and they're more like, no, like we don't trust you.
I don't
Like after
trust it.
everything you did with the Vision, nobody trusts you. And they're running this whole gig of like Rollins, no, he don't have no friends. So when he eventually does get these guys to side with him, boom, now they got Bronson Reed to come back and even the odds at 4-on-4. It makes sense. So again, like you were saying, that's why I feel it makes the most sense to have Braun feed into it, because he's probably, in his character, he's probably gonna feel like, yeah, these guys are gonna end up teaming with Seth, but we got my boy coming back, so fuck you, pretty
Right.
much.
Exactly. I don't got no worries. My boy's coming back. They don't even trust you for real. I actually trust my boy. You could do all that type
Yes.
of shit, and they're not doing any of it, man. And one last thing, dude. Braun interacting with this new Vision. Oh my God. Get
Oh,
get get Bronson back and get those two out of here as quickly as fucking possible, please.
him and Austin Theory joking around, I thought the same thing when they were all like plugging their nose and doing like the
Oh,
I was like, oh
get
God.
him
I
out of
was
here.
like, no. I was like, this is the last thing we need Braun Breaker doing right now. When I say it's the last thing we need Braun Breaker doing, I mean it is the last thing we need Breaker doing, is horsing around with these two fucking jackrabbits in this group, if you could even fucking call it that, horsing around with these two idiots, plugging his nose. I mean, dude, stop it. Please. It was fine. It was fine the one time he did it in the promo. Don't make it a thing where Braun Breaker calls Rollins a duck and fucking plugs his nose every time he talks. Don't make that a thing.
This is WWE, bro. They're gonna make it a thing. They do. They make everything a whole thing. That's what they do, man. It's what we do. It's what we do.
My God. How fucking terrible is that?
Dude, as much as excited I am for the match, dude, I know he's gonna do it in the middle of the match. He's gonna stop when he's getting offense and he's gonna plug his nose and go in the camera and do the whole little I already know
Yeah.
that's gonna happen at the match, dude. I already know.
Yep, I'm sure
You
you're
know this
right.
company.
I'm sure you're right. So speaking of the Vision, we have Austin Theory versus Joe Henry.
Bro, what is this man? Bro, I was seeing people fucking meme this match. Oh man. Theory versus Henry.
Dude,
Brother.
I gotta say, as much as I dreaded Joe Henry on Monday Night Raw, bro, I knew this shit was gonna be hilarious, bro. This man, Michael Cole, kills me when this
So
dude is on screen. He's on commentary, and he's like, say his name, and he appears. It's Joe Henry. Dog. And then they got Alicia Taylor I can't remember what his exact weight is, but she says 200 and something pounds of pure motivation. This man, Corey fucking Graves, says, "Oh yeah, Joe Hendry motivates me to mute the channel when he's on my screen." Bro, I done fucking died, dog. I
Oh,
died.
what else did
Bro.
that shit was hilarious, bro. What else did Corey said something else too. He was like, he called him like a talentless hack or something, dude. He said like he doesn't have an ounce of talent in his body. He said something along those lines.
Oh,
That shit was
man.
goated, bro. This
Oh,
dude just
man.
gets fried
Dude,
every week,
yes.
and if
And
that makes it a little worth it.
that is the beauty of Joe Henry on Raw. Commentary does not take this act legitimate in the slightest, bro. However, we come back from commercial and this doofus is singing his Fire Logan Paul jingle again. Logan ends up breaking the match up via disqualification. And he's hitting Joe, and he says, and he's saying to Joe, he says, "Do you know who I am? You can't fire me." And so he's hitting Joe, and Joe starts hitting him back, and Michael Cole goes, "You know who he is? He's someone who can hit you, and that's Joe Henry." Bro.
Joe Henry, bro, goated every time, dude.
Oh
He's
man.
he, I love Michael Cole, man. He fucks it up every time, and this is the person to fuck up, dude. It's the
Yes.
fuck up. Joe Henry, man, great.
Keep
Um,
keep going, Cole. Keep going.
keep going, please. Exactly, man. My God, what is it, and dude? What was speaking of the Vision segment earlier in the night? Why is Logan Paul talking about like he's gonna fucking murder Joe Henry, dude? He fucking Heyman's telling
Hilarious.
you can't face him because what you'll do to him, you'll be in jail. The fuck is he gonna
Gonna
do
be
to
in
him, bro?
jail.
What the fuck is he gonna do to him? The fuck do you mean he's gonna be in jail?
Oh
What are
my
you talking
god,
about,
man.
dude? This shit is horrible, bro.
Oh.
Um, in the best way possible, man. This shit is some of the worst, most saddest shit I've ever seen, and it's absolutely hilarious, dude. You have some of the worst acts in the Vision and fucking Henry together, and they're producing the best horse shit in the world.
Yes, bro. I gotta say again, Joe Henry is so talentless, bro. He's making Logan Paul look like a
Look
stud in
amazing.
this feud. The way Logan gets like so unreasonably fucking angry over this dude is just so funny, dude. It's so funny to me. Logan plays that like angry, pissed off role so great, and Joe Henry just sucks, and it's just a perfect storm for for a bunch of bullshit. Um,
So fucking furious, so has pure fucking fury in his soul over Joe Henry to the point, dude, Heyman just doing his arm thing, just you can't face him because what you're gonna do to him, you'll be in jail. What? Goated, dude. What the fuck is this show?
my God. After this whole segment, we get this whole thing with Seth and the Street Profits where Seth is like, I know you guys don't trust me, and I don't even know who you are. But we're all fighting the Vision, yada yada yada. The Street Profits then tell him, "Look, man, after everything you did with the Vision, bro, nobody could trust you. Like you have no friends." And then says, Rollins says to them, "Okay, then we will just all stay out of each other's way." And they walk off, and that was that. Again, like you said, man, like you mentioned earlier, I wish that Braun would be kind of bringing this up a little bit more as, kind of enticing Seth to, yeah, get the three guys to help. And then, um, because Braun knows that, Bronson may be coming back soon, but at the end of the day, like I said, at the end of the day, Braun knows Bronson is coming back, so that's why maybe he's trying to entice Rollins to get the help, because he wants Rollins to think that they'll have the one up on the Vision, but they won't. I just love, though, one thing about this feud. I love how much attention Logan Paul and Austin Theory care about the Street Profits. The both of them do not care at all about the Street Profits. They just care about Joe Henry.
Literally got a legit, and again, I'm not even a Street Profits guy, but you got an actual legit tag team going for your tag titles because they're the tag team champions, and they don't fucking give a fuck, dude. Their whole problem is Joe Henry
Yep.
because he sang a song that Logan Paul should be fired, man. What the fuck is any of this shit going on, man? I'm sure these guys are gonna mix it up more and more until, something happens, it blows up in Seth's face or whatever the fuck's gonna happen. I wouldn't be shocked if at some point Street Profits are, or, I guess they're baby faces now, and they might return heel again. You never know, man. But either way, I like what they're doing, with Seth. I wish they put even more focus on it.
100%. 100%, bro. So we got the Judgment Day. Liv Morgan. She makes Roxanne Perez promise to never keep secrets from the family ever again. After she had to find out about Finn being in the clubhouse on Netflix. She says, Roxanne then says, she promises to never. She says she promises, and she left it at that. And then Liv made her say, "What do you promise?" And like she's her daughter. And Roxanne says, I promise to never keep secrets from the Judgment Day family. I actually like how Liv, mentioned going back and like watching it. That's totally one of those segments that like Vince would have had the wrestler be completely oblivious to, as if the wrestler can't go on TV themselves and fucking see what happened behind their back. I like how they kind of broke that fourth wall down in a sense, and Liv kind of pointing out like, hey, I have a fucking Netflix subscription. I seen, this guy was in the clubhouse, and why didn't you say anything about it? It's kind of fishy. So I actually kind of like them kind of bringing that up.
Oh, I do, man. I do. And that's one aspect of Triple H booking that I actually really do like. Like you said, is that breakdown of that fourth wall. Whether it's segments, whether it's someone cheating in the end of the match, and next week, they say, hey, I got fucking cheated. They don't just like instantly blame the person they were facing or any of that weird shit, where you would just ask yourself as a viewer, like, why don't they just fucking show this guy the footage of what happened? You know what I mean? They acknowledge what happened, per what the camera's seen. And I do like that nowadays, that they do finally do that. I like that nowadays. That's one aspect of Triple H I really do like.
100%. 100%, man. So we got Michael Cole referring to the Judgment Day drama as trouble in paradise. So I honestly think that was Michael Cole's little, because they won't let him say thank you. I think that was probably Michael Cole's little way of saying like, hey, thank you.
Oh, 100%, man. He worked with fucking Kofi that whole time he was in the company, man. And I'm sure that sucked to see him go, man. So that was a cool little thing.
100%. 100%. So that was cool. That was cool. JD versus Finn. Dominic gets kicked out of the match, but leaves Liv his ring hammer. Liv then hands the hammer to Roxanne to see if she'll use it, and she does. Bro, she clunks Finn Balor with the hammer, leading to a JD McDonough headbutt for a victory.
Mm-hmm.
And JD picks up the victory against Finn. I guess Roxanne is slowly earning her stripes within the Judgment Day, proving her loyalty to the family.
Proving her loyalty to the family, man, until, she turns on Liv, obviously. It's what the Judgment Day is. It's literally bringing new people in and then just basically building that up to turn on the group and fucking just face one of the champions as their champion. That's all it is, man. Hopefully it's faster than the last fucking 5 times they did it, and it's not bad, man. I just hope it's faster this time. I really do.
Absolutely. So, yes, it seems like there continues to be trouble in the Judgment Day.
Double trouble. Oh
Okay.
man, God, that song. So, what was JD's theme, bro? What was that generic, fucking 04 big guy music he comes out to? What was that, bro? I was like, oh my God, that's his music.
Let
That
me
shit
think.
sucks.
Oh, jeez. I don't think I've ever even heard that.
You don't want to. That shit was just horrible.
I was gonna say I for sure was not paying. I guess I figured he would just come out to the Judgment Day music. I completely wasn't even paying attention to that. So we after this have the Judgment Day. The girls, Raquel and Roxanne, they call Paige and Brie Bella to Raw to go for their championships. And then Bailey and Lyra walk up, and the Judgment Day literally just big sis them. And they're basically like, what do you guys know about championships and actual family business? And just walk off. Like, gee, way to make Bailey and Lyra look sorry as fuck. Like, what the fuck was that?
They're great at that shit, dude, because
Man.
we reward one of your best fucking stories of last year, dude, is just treating them like absolute assholes and just having the Judgment Day laugh in their face as they walk away, man. Great look for these, for some of the best people you have in your fucking company. Horrible, man. Horrible way they've been treating Bailey and Lyra lately, and I hope something can work out, and I hope maybe this is like still their path to win the tag titles or something. But man, I just wish better for these two. I really do.
Me too, bro. This is absolutely ridiculous stuff here, man. This is absolutely ridiculous stuff. At this point, I don't remember about hearing Bailey, re-signing with the company or whatever. I'm not gonna lie. If I was her, I would seriously look into leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I would look into
I would.
leaving for a period of time, maybe coming back. I'm sure she would come back anyway, but I would seriously look into just taking a break from WWE, trying out something new, like AEW, because I just truly, I think Bailey has so much more to give, and I think that they think that I think that like the way they treat Bailey, bro, they treat her like the fucking tanks out of gas, bro, and I don't think
I do.
I don't think it's even at a fucking quarter empty.
No, I really don't think it is, man. She's always any character or heel face, she makes it work, dude. And they fail her every time, man. And like you said, they treat her like some old vet on their way out, dude. It's horrible, man. She deserves so much better. And if I was her, I would be looking at possibly greener pastures, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I mean, to treat somebody like Bailey, like that, who again, her and Lyra had an amazing story after they were done with the Becky stuff last year, with just the story of their friendship. It was one of the best storylines on. I say it all the time. You guys are probably tired of hearing me say it, but the story was was one of the best stories on Raw all summer, or sorry, all last fall. You know what I mean? So for them to do that, and again, for you to just be treating them like this in segments, man, it really just makes me, feel for Bailey, and really
It does.
really think that, when contract season is up for her, I would really look into to leaving, because I mean this is just getting ridiculous.
It is. It's so bullshit.
Ethan Page and Rusev defeat Pentagon and Javon Evans. This one ended with Ethan Page pinning Penta. So I guess he's going to be our next challenger for the IC title, is Ethan Page. They did not put this on Backlash. This is probably going to be on the Saturday night's main event before Clash in Italy, if I had to
It
guess.
probably will be. Yes, it will be on that Double or Nothing weekend. Saturday night's main event, 100%, man, and great. You know, one of your most interesting and best possible matches you could do. You're just gonna put on the Nothing show. Great to see, but Danhausen gets to be on a big pay-per-view, man. Great moving, guys. The fuck, man.
What a fucking. What a joke.
It's so stupid. This is so stupid.
Again, and yeah, like you said, I would much rather Ethan Page and Pentagon on the show than a Danhausen match. I don't want to see him wrestle. That's not premium.
Exactly. I don't want to see, like you said, I would much rather get Penta and Page on Backlash. Maybe Rusev gets pissed because he did help Page win this match and get that pin. Maybe he fucking either screws over that match or afterwards he attacks and then boom, you set up the 4-way for Clash. I would do that, bro.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna do that.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka, Sol, as Michael Cole says. Sol Ruka.
Sol Ruka.
She comes out to sign her Raw contract. She comes out to sign for Monday Night Raw, and as she is talking about what the moment means to her, she gets interrupted by Becky Lynch. Okay.
I was like, all right, let's go. This is actually something new, refreshing, interesting. I like it.
This is the kind of people that should be contending for the women's IC championship. Sol, Lyra, Roxanne, people that you want to take the next step eventually to the world title. Just saying, not people like AJ and Becky Lynch. Again, no disrespect, but like the mid-card women's title should be used for like the younger crop of, talent.
Exactly, especially the Intercontinental title. It's kind of the whole point of the thing.
Yes.
That's the step-up
stepping
title.
stone. Yes.
Like, come on, man. Come on.
So, Becky interrupts. Sol Ruka then calls her a rude, big-headed bitch. She signs her Raw contract. Becky Lynch balls her fist and goes to just bop and bang Sol Ruka right in the face. Sol moves and she just clocks her boss right in the face, bro. she gives Adam Pearce the cleanest cheek shot right to the face, bro.
Right hook to her boss's face, dude. Brutal. That man, Adam Pearce's blood pressure, it canonically has to be through the fucking roof, man. That man's always going through shit. And he just had Becky Lynch punch him in the face accidentally, man. My God. That man is always going through it.
So jeez. So Adam Pearce and Becky Lynch yell at each other. Becky walks towards the corner, bro, and Sol Ruka goes for a soul snatcher and botched it, bro. Oh man,
I was so sad, bro. When she hopped up there and slipped, I was like, oh man. And then like she was able to recover, but like Becky couldn't react to the botch in time, so when the move hit, it did not hit. I was like, oh man.
yeah, that made me sad. That made me
sad because she's genuinely great, and that's just like that's the worst possible time for a botch to happen, man. I mean, shit happens, especially a younger person like that, man. But like, luck of the draw, worst spot it could happen, dude. That sucks, dude. I feel bad. She's great, and I like this prospect. I like the idea for this match. If you want another Backlash match, you could have one right here, but they're not smart enough to do that, man. This will probably be Clash or. Hopefully not, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's Saturday night's main event. And I like the idea of this, though. I like it.
I like it too, man. It definitely made me sad, bro. I was like, man, that has just
Oh,
gotta suck. Like your debut, she was probably nervous as fuck. Not really her debut, but like this is the segment where she was
yeah.
officially gonna sign the contract and start a big feud, her first big feud on the main roster with Becky Lynch, and you fucking botched the finisher. That's heartbreaking, but it's all good. It's all good. It just sucks that it happened, bro. It sucks that it happened because I know if that was me, I would be beating myself up over that shit, bro. But
I'd be walking in the back. You know that Spider-Man meme from the game where the fucking city's blowing up around him and he's just got his head down walking?
yeah,
That'd been me walking in the gorilla, bro. Just
100%, bro. 100%, dude.
oh, dude, that sucks.
But nonetheless, I am excited to see the feud start, bro. And speaking of awful theme music, what the hell was Sol Ruka's theme song, dude? That was terrible, bro. That was fucking terrible. They gotta, man. They yes, they gotta do something, bro. They need help. They need serious help in that production room, dude. I am not
They
kidding, man.
That shit was horrible, man. Like her NXT theme, obviously they took it as a basis because that's all they ever do. They just take a theme and just add more shit to it every
Hmm.
time. They added lyrics to it now, and like the NXT one, it was the most generic surfer music in the world, but
Hmm.
at least it wasn't like bad. This was just bad. It added lyrics. I don't even remember the lyrics. That shit was that bad. Brother, you gotta get better production, man. But they're not, man. Def Rebel's cheap. They're getting cheaper, man. It's gonna get worse and worse.
100%, bro. And yeah, this is what the company likes. This is why they didn't get rid of Def Rebel because they're fucking cheap and they make shit music, even though they had every chance to get rid of them a couple years ago when their contract lapsed.
They didn't do it.
Nope. You have an EO versus Asuka sit down. Um Again, at this point this is pretty generic. I respect you, but I'm going to have to beat you. I can't remember why we were fighting Asuka. Do you remember why? No, I don't remember. Wasn't there another person here? No, I don't think so. Well, maybe there was. And she missed it in her face. This feud is just this feud is the embodiment to me of like, all right, could we hurry up and get this done so we can not have
Move
to
on.
pretend like there wasn't somebody else here not too long ago.
No, exactly. This feud just screams like, Kari got released, and we are continuing this feud for some ungodly reason. And these two poor women have nothing to go on because she was the literal crux of the story. So now they just went with generic mentor versus mentee story. And it's just meaningless, dude. Just get the match over with, bro. You damn near could. If you're doing brawls, dude, if you're doing nonstop brawls, why didn't you just give these two the nonstop brawls because they have nothing to go off of till their match? Don't know why you didn't do that, but that's just me, man.
Hmm.
They were set up to fail.
Yes, they were. Yeah, again, this segment to me just again, it's just there's just a giant elephant in the room. This is a giant elephant in the room, and again, this is what I'm talking about when I say TKO has done a terrible job at giving the WWE audience everything else to focus on rather than the product, because even the product itself, there's feuds like this where again all you can think about is like, oh, wonder where the fuck Kyrie Sane is. So wonder what happened to her. So it sucks, but unfortunately, this is just the way the cookie crumbled for this feud. So it's unfortunate. Should have had a better payoff. And but that's again, like I said, that's not the way the cookie crumbled, bro. So we then have the OG El Grande Americano and Los Americanos Hermanos, Julio Credo and Bruto Credo.
I, I can't wait for this fucking mask versus match, man.
I
Man,
swear on everything, I
ooh,
fucking can't wait for it.
That's all I say to myself anytime I see this, bro. I just say I can't wait for that because they love fucking Kaiser's version, and they're probably gonna pick him to keep stay in the mask.
Could you
Thank
imagine
God,
they
you
don't?
know, dude. There's no way because, dude, like Mexico
Oh, they love
fucking
him.
loves Kaiser as El Grande, dude, and I genuinely think they are gonna keep him, and I'm genuinely so thankful that that shit got over because that hopefully means we could get Chad Gable back, man. That's all I say to myself anytime this shit's on my screen is just please, I cannot wait for Chad Gable to be on television again. I'm sure they're gonna underbook the fuck out of him, but at least he'll be able to be Chad Gable, man.
Yes.
We had Bruto and Julio, as his partners, man, and my God, bro, my God.
Bruto and Julio. Julio. Credo.
Like this fucking white ass dude just
Julio.
Julio. brother, brother, what the fuck
Los
is this?
Americanos Hermanos. The
Hermanos.
American brothers.
The American oh, is that what hermanos means, brothers?
Brother, yeah.
Okay, the American brothers. My God, Julio popped me. I can't lie. I was like, all right,
those
Julio.
those two in general in mass made me laugh. I'm like, what are we
Dude,
doing? Like, this is how the Creed. Like, dude, I remember.
mhm.
I still remember in NXT that fucking clip of Julius Creed having I think they were facing GYV and he had one of them in an ankle lock and kicked the other one in the gut and power bombed with one hand the other one. All I think back to when I see the Creed brothers, I shit you not, is that clip and how fucking athletically impressive that was. And now they're fucking Julio and Bruto Creed. Credo.
What is this?
Los
Credo.
Americanos Hermanos.
Greedo, Bruto, and Julio. My God, man.
What the
My God,
fuck?
can we just get American made back, please? God, I can't wait for a month to pass, dude. God.
Dude, Chad Gable. I remember when they put Chad Gable with these two. I was like, bro, these guys are all going to be demons together. And this is what we get. We get Julio and Bruto and El Grande Americano Credo. Los
Greedo.
Americanos Hermanos. What
The
the
fuck,
fuck,
dude?
dude?
And you could tell Gable just gave up on the gimmick. Bro don't even talk in Spanish no
Dude,
more. He just talks as Chad Gable, which kind of
he's
makes it even more funny. But
it
like,
does. He's sitting in Gorilla and he's like, I learned that from my friend Chad Gable, and he's clearly like speaking in Gable's. I'm like, LOL. I'm like, dude, this guy's completely doesn't give a fuck anymore. He's so ready to get this shit over with.
they love fucking Kaiser because Kaiser went the fucking full way with it, and he knows he don't gotta try no more. He's just waiting for the mask to come off, dude. Man,
Yes.
god damn.
This feud. Think about this, bro. The whole reason we got this feud was because Gable was feuding with Rey Mysterio. Now think about how long ago that feud was. And
So long
this
ago.
is still happening. This
He,
was before Mania 41.
dude, he did all of this just canonically to find a way to beat a single luchador. He went to Mexico, was given a lucha mask out of like a mystery crate from a homeless mystery guy, and now we're here, bro. I literally remember that segment verbatim. He
March
went up
3rd.
to that dude in the alley. He gave him the fucking box, the cardboard
Mhm.
box that lit up like gold when he opened it, and it was the Americano mask apparently, and this was the plan. My God, man, I can't wait for that mask to come off.
Yes, March 3rd, 2025. Gable, they did
God,
that segment where Gable, found the guy in the alleyway with the dark arts of Lucha Lucha Libre secrets. The OGs won. Keep winning, please, because that means at the
please,
pay-per-view that the OGs will lose, and we will know there will be no longer the OG El Grande Americano, Los Americanos Hermanos, Julio Credo, or Julio Credo, and Bruto Credo. There will be no more.
good. No more. of it. We will just have American made. Thankfully,
Well, you can. I'll admit you could keep Julio around.
you can keep
Yeah.
Julio. Julio can stay. He's the
Yeah.
only one. Keep him in the
Yeah.
match. Fuck it.
Yeah. Do Brutus and Julio.
Brutus and Julio. My
Julio.
God,
This white ass fucking clear as shit white dude
the white
named
dude,
Julio. Hilarious.
brother.
Hilarious, bro. So you got the Oba challenge. This week we got WWE running just a so hilarious gig, it just gave me tickles in my fucking tummy. They were going to give us Akira Tozawa versus Oba. Oh man, how? And then Akira got scared, man. I that one gave me a really good laugh. I can't lie to you, man.
Dude, I was dying, man. I was like,
Oh
oh my
man.
God, he's gonna face him. Oh my God, he's too scared. He's not gonna face him. Oh my God, good Lord, man. That's it. And like the Otis stuff was cool when we got it, but like,
Hmm.
just you don't need to have the joke 24/7. A joke here, a joke there. Just do stuff, man. You could have just had Otis come out and just do the fucking match, dude. It was just so unnecessary to do that fucking horrible joke they done did.
Yeah, that was so funny, man. That really got me laughing. Oba and Otis. Excalibur would have been fucking this up all over the place. Their names both starting with an O. He'd have been like, and Otis with the fall from grace. Oh, sorry. I mean, Oba. And we have American May or what is their name? The Alpha Academy's Oba Femi. I mean, shit.
Them
I mean, fuck. Otis. So,
Obis for the win. I mean, Oba.
oh, we have Oda. I mean, sorry, Obis.
It's, dude, he would have been fucking his shit up amazingly.
Oh man, dude, that running European uppercut to Otis, holy
Brutal.
shit! I had to
He's
set, dude. He smacked the dog water out of him, bro. Smacked the dog
I
water
fucking
out of him.
I love his European uppercut, man. The way he just launches himself into
Hmm.
people. I want to see that move on a smaller guy, dude. I can't wait to see something like that.
Claudio
That
had a
shit's gonna
nice
hit.
one. Claudio had a
He
nice one.
he's an amazing one, man. But I want to see him hit it on a smaller guy. Is what I mean.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I want.
Oh yeah, especially like somebody who could really sell their ass off, like Javon or somebody like that, bro.
Dude,
Dragon Lee or like
honestly.
a JD McDonough. I think those guys would sell the shit out of that, man.
Oh
Yes.
fuck yeah.
So, he then hit him with his what is it? I can't remember the name of that move where he like lifts him and then throws him. What's the name of that?
I don't know the name to that, man. I know the fall from grace, and that's all I know, dude. I don't know the name to that. I actually didn't know it had a name, if I'm being
Like I don't want to call
honest.
it like a back body drop because it's not really like a back body drop, but it's like a well, I don't know. I just know the move where he picks him up and fucking launches him in the air.
Yeah.
And then he hit an assisted fall from grace. He knew he couldn't pick him up, so he got him on the second rope and then used the second rope to I thought he was going to drop him at first, but it was pretty impressive. He actually walked a couple feet with him before hitting him with the fall from grace. But Oba won in about 2-3 minutes. This was 3 minutes, probably generous, probably more like 2 minutes, a minute and a half. Oba won again. Another week of Oba facing a jobber. Triple H is I tell you, he'd really get along with Tony Khan, man. He'd really fucking get along with Tony Khan.
They have no clue how great of friends and how alike they are. Because my God, let's just send one of our top guys into nothing squash matches, man. Let's just do it, man. It ended up being fine. Otis was a solid opponent. I mean, it was a good little 2 minute squash match, but like, come on, brother. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have the Usos. The Usos backstage, Jackie Redmond asked them how they felt about the match at Backlash. Jay says we got a lot of love for Jacob. but he needs to understand how the OTC does business. Does business around here, and that's where the bloodline is drawn. Jay, I ain't never heard you say no hard shit like that in like 2 years, dog. That was so tough. That was so fucking tough. The
Bro
bloodline
needs
is
the bloodline.
drawn.
I think Jay just needs the bloodline. I think that's what he specifically needs to be good, man.
I think so.
Cool line, man. And we'll get to it later, man. But the dynamic with the Usos right now is very interesting because they're always around talking to Roman, but they never end up helping him so far. I'm interested to see that, but we'll get to that with the segment.
He says that is where the bloodline is drawn, and he's going to find out the hard way at Backlash. So,
At Backlash.
This brings us to our main event segment. Roman and Jacob signing the contract, man. Roman is sitting at the head of the table, and Jacob sitting on the side of the table. Roman says he brought Solo in. He says, which means I brought you in. Okay, so now that makes sense, because now, again, it's not, Roman pulling the strings to get Jacob in. Roman's egotistical way says, well, I brought him in, so that means I brought you in. I love it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I like the way they kind of covered that up from last week and made much better sense of it. I like that a lot.
Yes, 100%. He says there needs to be a code of honor in our family. He questions Jacob's use of the Tongan death grip. He says you're supposed to do that when you're 8-on-1, when your back's against the wall. You don't do that to your own family. You do that when you're desperate. Jacob cuts him off. He says, that's what you don't understand. I am desperate. I have no choice to take you out. I have no choice to take that title and everything that comes with it. And I'm going to squeeze every dollar and cent out of this company the same way they've been doing our family for decades. Ooh. That's an interesting line.
It's a very interesting line.
Yeah, that's a real interesting line. The
timing of that line.
No, 100%. He says, I'm desperate enough to do anything for my household. Roman cuts him off. He says, you keep talking about households. Roman then takes a break to sign the contract. He says, you keep talking about households. He says, what you don't understand, I've been up here grinding for decades for multiple households. He says, you're worried about 7 kids? I'm worried about 170 kids across our family. He says, you're worried about education? I'm worried about generation after generation of higher education. He says, I made it where this company wants to do business with me. Another real interesting line. He says, and in our family, we're equals. We're the same blood. But in this ring, you're beneath me. We then get Jacob lashing out. He locked in the Tongan death grip. He locked in the Tongan death grip on Roman. Started, locking it in on him. But then Roman kind of got out of it. Got up on the apron, started punching Jacob Fatu. They are really selling Jacob Fatu as a fucking threat to Roman Reigns. A threat to Roman Reigns. And he then locked back in the Tongan death grip and choke slammed him with it onto the table. Bro, the table didn't break. He fucking broke the table legs. Them bitches were cracked. Once that table flipped over. I know Roman had to feel that one. That's probably why he's taking the month of June off. But especially after that, he might have to take July off now. But dude, Jacob is on top yet again. Now, my big question here at the end of this is Jacob left this on top. Roman is probably winning, which I think is fine. But my whole thing here, we never got any sort of, we never got any sort of um uh if I beat you, we all them consequences they were
Yeah.
talking about, there needs to be consequences. Roman said he wasn't given any charity matches. He needs to have consequences. Um Unless it's just like an unwritten rule that they're going to say that Jacob has to acknowledge Roman, or if Jacob is just going to acknowledge Roman after he beats him. But I think I may have an interesting way you can do this. Let's say Jacob loses. He's so desperate. If he's as desperate as he's saying, maybe they run this back at Clash in Italy, and Jacob is so desperate, he says, look, if you give me one more title shot, if you beat me, I'll acknowledge you and I'll fall in line. But if I beat you, I get the title. Because I could see Jacob losing this, like I said, and then I actually think it would be really nice to, do 2 matches. If you're not doing the Gunther program anymore, you might as well run this motherfucker 2 matches. I mean, Backlash and Clash in Italy are 3 weeks out from each other anyway, so I mean, it's not like we're gonna have to wait a whole nother month and a half of build. I mean, you can have Jacob come out again desperate, this time even more desperate, but this time again be more willing to offer Roman something that benefits him and benefits the family, something like that. I think that could be a nice way to go about this, is you have this match kind of be, for no stakes really other than the World Heavyweight Championship. But then if Jacob loses, now this is where it gets real to him. Now maybe he starts to feel the effect of losing to Roman Reigns, and now he understands, like Jay was saying earlier in the night, he needs to understand how the tribal chief does business around here. So now, in order to get another match, which should be at Clash in Italy, now we need to up the stakes. Now Jacob has to offer something that's going to benefit Roman, and maybe that is, if you beat me again, I will fall in line. I'll acknowledge you. I'll join your bloodline. But if I beat you, I get the World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe something like that. Maybe something like that could be a nice way to, make, just raise the stakes. And again, not adding all the stipulations to just one match, and tell the story of Jacob feeling the effects of the first loss to Roman.
100%. I think that might be the overall path, and I think that's a best path. Like you said, they're so close together, those 2 pay-per-views. You have 3 episodes of Raw between those 2 pay-per-views. That's the perfect opportunity to continue the same feud and just do back-to-back matches with, the same people, man. And I think that would be perfect, if I'm being honest. You run that match back, he loses, however how clean it might be, man. He loses, and then he offers, to join him if he gets another match, which he will then probably lose. I am then interested to see how they're going to write Roman off, because I'm assuming he's, that's the last weekend of the month. He's not going to be in June. I'm very interested if they're going to write Roman off, canonically for the month of June, or if he's just not going to show up. I'm very interested to see that, man. Maybe if he does, if, Jacob is forced to join the bloodline at, Clash, I could see maybe his excuse to leave is, hey, I'm about to go leave, but since you're in this group now, you 3 gotta, prove shit and win shit for me, and just do shit while I'm gone as like a way to prove himself, maybe. But I'm interested to see how they do the month of June and what the story after Clash until he comes back is, because very interesting is the way they're gonna do that, man. Overall, I like what they're doing. I like the segment. I like the things that, they talk about family to family, those weird little hints that essentially mention, just talking about how much money they make this company. Very interesting timing
Mm-hmm.
on those 2 statements, man. And I'm also very interested to see, the second week in a row where Jacob attacks Roman successfully and no Usos, and they're on the same show. They were in the locker room together. Do we not know that Roman so far has told them to not come out and let shit play out? Are they planning to come out during the match and do classic, help Roman win the match shit? Very interested to see, where the Usos tie into this, man, because I feel like they're planning. I feel like Roman told them something to maybe hold off on helping him until the match itself, man. I'm very interested to see that because, maybe so far to Jacob, they haven't, attacked. So maybe he thinks they're not going to, help him during the match. So I got the match easy. Maybe that's how he wins the match. Maybe something like that, man. But either way, I like what they've been doing so far. I'm interested to see, how all this goes.
Yeah, there is a lot of ways they can do. If they did want to do a trilogy, again, that would kind of be hard now with Roman missing the month of June. If they wanted
Mm-hmm.
to do some sort of trilogy, they could maybe do the second match where Jacob wins the title, and then Roman offers the bloodline to lead the bloodline, and then maybe Jacob wins again, which then does lead to the Usos turning to be with Jacob, something like that maybe. But again, for what we have now, I think is the best route. Again, I don't even know a trilogy really works, especially if this reign is only going the summer, until SummerSlam. I would assume we get to Oba by the time that is, but and I'm assuming the Jacob stuff will be all wrapped up and done, unless like at least for them feuding, maybe he's, like I said, in the bloodline by then. But I would definitely have them run it back at Clash in Paris or at Clash in Italy, because I don't really, again, I don't really know what you can, I don't really know what you can do with Roman at Clash in Italy, if not other than raising the stakes with Fatu and having Fatu fall in line if he loses. But this was the again, this was their segment, and I've enjoyed it. Again, I've enjoyed Jacob's just desperate nature of wanting to be world champ. I've enjoyed really everything that these guys have done. And this is like what we're talking about with Braun and Seth. Like, these guys here, yes, they brawled, but they got a little bit of promo in there. They got a little bit of dialogue. It's not just, Jacob's just a fucking unhinged, and that's what I like too. They're playing Jacob off as this unhinged animal that's, dangerous or whatever the fuck they're calling him. Yet they still have enough decency to put him on the mic and actually have him talk for himself and explain why, logical reasons why he wants what he wants. Again, it's not just he's an unhinged animal that all he can do is be a mute and fucking attack people, and that's one thing I really like about this whole story. Here with Broman and Jacob is, again, it is brawls, it's not just all brawls, which is what we see a lot in WWE these days. So I can
Exactly.
appreciate it.
Oh, most definitely. I can definitely appreciate that.
So yeah, that was that. So yeah, that is gonna do it, man. That is gonna do it. That was Monday Night Raw. That was Friday Night SmackDown, and that was AEW's Dynamite for the week. And with that being said, man, that is gonna do it for this edition of NHP. That is gonna do it for this edition of Unscripted. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us. And yeah, man, that is gonna do it. It has been always a pleasure for my Johnny.
Nice. Okay.
That is going to do it. Thank you to everybody in the live chat. OG, Manager Logan, Paul, Clown Levesque. Thank you guys for joining us. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all on Thursday with another edition of NHP Gaming.
Oh shit.